be
Um,
stupid. Continue.
these same people say that they legitimately feel safer in an inner city than they ever have in a countryside.
No, 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 no. Okay, no, no, no. Okay, so as someone who was born in Camden and then moved rural, I can talk about this. They think if they aren't in a tiny little box with noises all around them, they're in danger. That is a genuine thing.
Yes.
They get used to being in a small box with noises and pollution and everyone's hostile around them. They actually freak out when they're not in that environment.
Well, it's basically the you take the paranoid out of the place where he needs to be paranoid, but the paranoia is still ingrained, yo.
And now it's actually now worse because now they're in an unfamiliar area.
And all the things that they associate, right? If you're in a city and you're alone and it's quiet, you are in the wrong place.
Yeah, effectively.
Period.
Yeah.
I just don't get that. Like, I think at best I was born suburbanite technically.
No, but that's what I'm saying, right, Mac?
Yeah.
I-
I thought,
When if I can't hear anything
yeah,
in the
I
city,
was If this motherfucker really wants to throw hands for something of mine, he has decided that my thing is worth more than his life, and that is his problem, not mine.
Correct.
I'm about to make it his problem. All right, gentlemen. Enough about how much cities suck. Let's talk about how fanfiction cities suck. Smooth slide right on into the podcast. Seamless.
Flawless transition.
Yep.
Truly, no issues.
No issues at all.
Job.
Yeah, I gotta say, I still hate this 6 that we have. But I still love that, like, the easiest coping method that I found is to just leave the stream at permanently 360p.
I can't read it. It can't hurt me.
Oh, so I did make a new meme recently, so I will show off my new meme.
Oh no.
So we have this guy on another server who is like... He lives in California, but he dresses like he's about to either enter Fallout or he's about to be the bad guy in Fallout or the hero of Mad Max. Right?
Uh-oh.
So, he posted recently a picture of him. He went out and went some biking in the desert recently with his dirt bike, and he posted a picture of himself walking towards the camera. And so this is what I edited it to.
Are you allowed to show this?
Oh, yeah, he's been sharing it around everywhere.
Okay.
Because it's a meme. Also, he has an Instagram where he posts under this name, so...
Oh no.
First off, hate the font. Fuck you. Horrible choice.
He likes the font.
I'm sure he does.
Fuck.
God. Oh. That is the font used with the old 3D glasses with the fucking red and blue.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I'm so happy I've been getting so much better.
I recognize that particular unholy burning in my eyes.
Now you can all feel the pain I felt when they would give me these fucking glasses, and they're here.
Hang on. I
No,
felt that pain the
you
entire
shut
time.
The fuck up. We all felt that pain. How dare you?
Fuck you all. I had only one eye to look through. I can never understand 3D.
Hey, stop acting like I don't have the same exact problem.
If you guys think it's bad without that perception, imagine how much worse it is, because I have to process it through 2 eyes.
But that's just it, Max. Here's the problem.
It's made for 2 eyes, Max. You don't understand.
This font is not made for 2 eyes. It is explicitly designed to be viewed through glasses to fix the 2-eye problem.
Oh, yeah, no, specifically I made this font to be hostile to vision, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, like, you didn't make this font. This font existed. You rediscovered it. Let's be real.
Oh, no, I didn't. No, I mean, I made.
He's saying the creator.
No, so I custom made that font.
Oh.
Yeah, so I took a font type, and then I had to use 5 layers of the same text with variant colors and outlines to get that.
So you did commit a war crime?
Yes!
Can we report him to the Hague for this?
Yes.
Quick question, by the way, for the 2 people lacking depth perception. Is the burning behind your eye whenever you look at this font?
No, it's at the front of my eye for me.
Really?
I want to be clear. It burns both of my eyes. Both of my eyes suffer.
Yeah.
But the problem is that because of the way the font is designed to try to write with the glasses to try to force your brain to focus, it still forces our eyes to try to focus, but it's trying to trying to fit the round peg in the square hole. So it just makes our heads hurt. Seriously, the fastest way for me to get a headache is to stare at that font.
Yeah. So I also made he posted some other pictures a while back. I also made let's see here. This one. I call it Psalm posting. My files are too powerful. I see. How about this one? Alright, this one uploaded.
But they raised the file size limit to like 30 megs. How big is that fucking file?
I think it's 25.
It's
for
25 megs, and these files
four
are
people.
27 each.
Of course.
Press them a little, you mong.
I understand it hurts. I just want to know why. Because I make text that is hostile to sight.
We want you to understand the pain of our eyes.
He tried to make a cognito hazard.
The science behind old 3D tech is fascinating, but I still despise it so much.
It doesn't even really work.
But yeah.
Well, no. Here's the problem. It does work.
Here's the it works
What-
enough
what
to
we-
trick your brain.
Here's the thing. No,
Yeah.
and not even that. What we learned the hard way is that there is a right way and a wrong way to achieve this effect with the old red and blue filters.
Yeah.
We learned real quick who was good at it and who was bad. Like Spy Kids 3D, surprisingly, he did it well. Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Surprisingly well.
Unfortunately, a larger company tried it like earlier that year. I remember it hurt the shit out of my eyes.
Yeah. I
Hey,
remember some of those
glasses.
movies that were just like, I was like, ah.
Like somehow the Spy Kids creator, the dude who does all his filming on his own and is just solely indie, figured out the 3D tech better and faster than the companies who have money to throw away at this garbage.
That's because of hiring practices.
Oh yeah, this
No,
is
dude, this was way before that.
so this is a meme. So this is actually something also that something happened to me, but it's also basically a meme, and I sent this to Max a while back.
Oh yeah, that. That fucking thing. Mm,
What the fuck?
yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
I see.
Also, I gotta say, I'm so. Anyone here play any of the Sly Cooper games?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Okay. Do you guys remember when they released Sly Cooper 3 with a 3D mode
Yes.
Yeah.
and it came with those shitty glasses?
Yeah.
I recalled that it existed and said, yes, I
Well,
shall never use this function. The
I decided
best day
I
of my
decided
life.
to try it.
Mm.
Oh,
It
why
was
did
a
you do that
it
to
was a
yourself?
mistake. They did
Yeah.
not figure out the technology.
Yeah.
They did not figure it out.
One of the greatest days of my life was when the 3DS announced, okay,
The
we're making the
2DS?
2DS.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank God I get to pay less money to not have the feature that I can't use.
Yeah. Dude, I was so psyched when I heard that too.
Yeah.
I was like, oh boy.
Not to mention, it's like, not to mention, I get a lighter, thinner product with better battery life and a better screen resolution
Yeah.
because it's not trying to incorporate this horse shit
Yeah.
that I can't even
Yeah.
use.
3DS was neat for what it accomplished, but it was kind of weird.
So I
It
would
worked.
like to say that
It
C8 did donate the following stories to us.
Oh yeah, from yesterday, right?
Yeah.
What
Great.
did you
Can't
give us?
can't wait to mute him for a week again. Also, one last thing on 3D tech. I'm so glad someone finally said, "What if we just did polarized glasses?"
Oh yeah, the
And
clear
polarized
eye.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
like, what if
much
we
better.
just change? What if we just made the glasses one polarized vertical, the other polarized horizontal, and did the same for the shots? Zero headaches.
Yeah.
It's
See,
literally idiot proof.
I remember one time walking into the mall of my local area with my mother, and she was like, "Oh, that movie's in 3D. We should go see it." I'm like, "Ma, I can't watch that." And she's like, "Why?" It's like, "Ma, I got one eye. Can't use two glasses." And she's like, "Oh, we should ask them then." So we go up, and she's like, "We want to do the 3D movie, but can people with only one eye see it?" And he's like,
Uh,
The answer to that is yes. It's just a waste of money.
and he's like, I mean, How blind are they?
I mean, that's a fair question.
That is actually a surprisingly fair question.
And I was like, well, I got both eyes still, but I can't see out of one of them. He's like, can you see color? Yes.
You know what? Credit to this guy for trying to answer your question.
And he's like, well, I think it'll work then. And she's like, okay, we'll take 2 tickets.
It worked.
Yeah, it works.
It's your left eye that doesn't work, right?
Yeah, it's my left eye that only sees in color.
Oh wait, your left eye is the one that does work.
No, it only sees in color. When I say my left eye only sees in color, I mean color is the only thing I see.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
My left eye has extreme, not dyscalculia, the shapes one.
Okay, so you can't see shapes, but
Dyslexia.
you can see. No, it's not dyslexia.
No, that's not
That's-
dyslexia.
That's reading, Sneaky.
Shit.
Okay.
That's what
So
my
you
doctor said. But
Okay,
so effectively,
aside
my
from shapes,
yeah.
your left eye works, but because it can't.
Oh yeah,
see
it's
those
like
shapes, your depth
1820, and
Yeah.
I can see perfectly fine with it. I just can't see shapes, and this is very important because shapes is how you determine depth perception, and shapes is how you read, and how you tell what is a table and what is the floor.
And where that table is?
Yeah. So, seeing color is useful if I already know what the objects are. But if like I have to go into a new room I've never seen before with only my left eye open, I would just literally run into everything. And I wouldn't be able to tell you a single thing in the room. I'd be like, that object, well, it's a small yellow one, and everything around the yellow is a completely different color, so that's probably, an object you put onto other objects.
agnosia. That's what it is.
Sure, yeah, so... Yes, the story of my driver's license is forever hilarious. I passed my driving test by pretending to like The Sopranos. I have never seen a single episode of The Sopranos, but I managed to socially engineer my driving instructor who was testing me to talk about The Sopranos and use context clues to agree with him about the things he liked about The Sopranos.
Yeah.
From what I understand of The Sopranos, if you've seen at least 2 or 3 of the most well-known mob flicks, you're probably good to go.
I have never seen Godfather. I have never seen The Sopranos, but I live with an Italian family.
That's probably a good substitute.
Yeah.
Osmosis.
Literally. No, they have never
also-
seen The Sopranos or Godfather either.
Kind of shocked. I don't know
Yes,
why.
it
But
was Jersey.
You seem like someone who would have seen The Godfather several times.
I do seem like that sort of person, and I just never have. Yeah,
We should make a movie night of that or something.
maybe.
The Godfather is an excellent movie.
No, I certainly am sure it is.
It's referenced everywhere for a good
I'm
reason.
sure it is. But yeah, so that's how I passed my driving test. Is I just agreed with him about The Sopranos until I finished the driving test, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you're pretty much fine." So that's how I passed, and then I got through the driving license part because they were like, "All right, so take off your glasses and read this." And I was like, "Okay, but what if I'm blind in my left eye?" And they look at me like, what? I'm like, so what if I call my eye doctor and he says I can drive? And the guy at the counter's like, I guess. So I'm like, okay. So I call my eye doctor, who I basically have on speed dial at that point, and I just hand him the phone, and he's like, hello? Is this his eye doctor? And he's like, yeah. Who's this? He's like, I'm the guy at the DMV. He can't see. We can't give him a license. And the doctor's like, no, it's fine.
Of course.
And so the guy gives the phone back to me. He's like, well, your doctor said it was fine, so I guess I'll just mark impaired vision on your license, and here you go.
That is literally how they do it here. It's like you could be legally blind, but yeah, you can still drive. It's no problem as long as your doctor says you can.
And the greatest part is I could just go to any other state now and just be like, here's my driver's license. And they'll be like, oh, okay, well, here's your new driver's license. Just don't pay attention to the impaired vision spot.
They won't really do anything with that. They'll go, oh, you must need corrective lenses.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I wish. But yeah, so that's how I drive half blind. That's why I hate cities, because holy fucking shit. Have you ever tried driving in a city with only one eye of depth perception? It is just the worst. Yeah. By the way, he didn't try and verify if he was actually a doctor. I could have just called a completely random person who claimed to be my eye doctor, who said, yeah, he's he's fine, and the guy just assumed. That's dumb. That's how you get away with everything, dude. Just be fucking confident as shit, okay? Just be confident as shit. People just don't question you. It's how I took shortcuts through secured areas on places I did not have access to. I was just confidently walking through like, oh yeah, I totally do this all the time. And people just didn't fucking question it. Don't worry about it. Confidence. If people think you have some idea what you're doing, they don't want to interrupt you, because then they become unconfident in their ability to judge whether you should be there or not.
Yes.
Now, see, what's funny, my lack of depth perception is entirely different from Sneaky's, although
Yes.
it results in many similar effects. Mine is because I was born with a cyst on my optic nerves, which caused actual physical brain damage, which prevents my left eye and right eye from working together. I see fine out of both of them. They just do not work together in any capacity.
That's rough.
It is rough. However, if I try really, really hard, I can actually read two things at once. I can only do it for like 20 seconds and it gives me a splitting fucking migraine. But I can do it.
That's kind of cool.
You know what else gives you a splitting fucking migraine?
What?
Naruto Fate Stay Night, where Naruto has Emiya's powers, but there's some minor changes to the Naruto storyline, such as Naruto gaining a massive harem and fucking them all.
God damn it, I thought we'd avoid this.
Why would you think that?
I we kept him talking long enough, kept him going long enough.
No.
Forget.
No.
Unfortunately,
I allow you.
Sneaky's attention span is far tighter than a high school teacher having a lazy day.
It is both simultaneously far tighter and very, very loose, because I will say things and just completely forget about what I was saying as I'm saying it. But also at the same time, you cannot distract me unless I let myself be distracted. Also, you sly dog, you got me monologuing. Naruto and Fate Stay Night. A song of the Sword of Hope by Gundam Meister of the Ritual.
All right, Pat, it's time for you and I to take offense here. Also, Sword of Hope makes me think that we're also going to get some Legend of Zelda in here somehow.
No, I think, how old is this story? It's 21, so, maybe they're referring to Artoria's swords as still? I mean,
Most likely.
Yeah, but people still are fucking terrible about what her swords actually mean.
It's fucking Excalibur.
Yeah, I'm aware, and people are still fucking terrible about the sword names. I will prove, by the way, so the story starts off with a summary of a quote of someone talking dialogue. That's, I'm sure Sign can attest, something you never fucking do. Ever.
Let's do this.
If you have dialogue quotes in your summary, I don't read your story. That's just how it goes. I will prove to them I am just as good as Hitomi, or maybe even way better with my team. I will prove to them I'm just as good as this other person by relying on a team of people.
Or maybe even way better.
That still doesn't prove you're better. If you have to use a team of people to be better than one person.
But Sneaky, the power of friendship.
No, the power of communism.
I mean, when you think about it,
You know, my brain has been trained to the point where I said the word communism and it just played the fucking Shalom V'Salim.
Sunday national anthem, go.
Anyway, so you were saying, Atin?
about what?
I have no idea. You were about to say something and my
Oh
brain
no, I
was
was
just
just
like,
saying. I mean, when you
Soviet
think
anthem.
about it, it's our friendship after all.
Yes, indeed.
Oh.
Oh, God.
I mean, no. I mean, listen. Technically, when you think about it, you know, you and I. That's what happened. Max was your friend. Now he's our friend. Nose was my friend. Now he's your friend.
Well,
I like that apparently you just traded Nose over fully. Because you used a very different possessive plural there.
that's a
Nice.
That was not intentional, so therefore it was the
I
most
think-
Freudian of slips.
I think
Yeah.
there's a Freudian slip there.
Yeah. Also, by the way, Sign, you mentioned the power of friendship. I want to point out the power of friendship is usually I beat your ass because I had friends, not because my friends helped whoop your ass.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be, but in reality, it's my friends and I all ganged up to whoop your ass.
Oh, so I have a little story about this now, right? So sit down, kids. It's a D&D story. So recently on D&D, we got a new player enter the party. This player was found mid-dungeon, frozen as a statue. We freed him from the petrification. He joined us on our journey. We killed a Medusa that bled snakes. Yeah.
There's the one that Faceless
Yes.
DM'd. What does that boy own sometimes? Because you'll just come back with the wildest shit that he writes.
Shut
He's
the
on
fuck
all
up,
the good
C8. Let me
drugs.
tell the story. So, Faceless has us kill this Medusa. We get some treasures off of the creatures there. A sword and shield specifically. They're special because they do things, right? We also did have a great moment. So my character's ability is I can cackle at someone and cause their next crit success to be a crit fail.
Who gave you hexes?
Yo,
Why?
Okay, hang on a second. That's kind of
Oh,
sick.
no.
Why would that be allowed?
Oh no. Okay, so there was Max. I'm gonna put you through some cursed pathfinding knowledge.
Yeah.
So Paizo really liked people publishing third-party stuff for them. It was great. They got a bunch of free stuff. People got books they enjoyed. Everything was Gucci. And then one day, a company I don't remember which company,
No,
that had made several different books for Pathfinder, and they were all fine. And these guys had done such a good job that they were labeled official third-party Paizo material, which
Yes.
meant anything they put out was automatically usable in any game of like official Pathfinder League stuff, right?
Oh, that's kind of sick.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's great stuff. They put hexes into the game, and there were 2 classes that could get hexes: shamans and witches.
Yes, I took a feat.
Hexes.
They transported that over to 5e.
Hexes proceeded to break the game
Everything.
balance
So
over their
fucking hard.
knees.
It was great. I loved it.
There's the starting level hexes. The starting hexes did such wonderful things, such as removing a creature's energy resistance.
Yeah.
So the creature that's supposed to be highly resistant to fire, no longer.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was great. It's so
Oh,
fucking
no,
good.
no. And you might think, oh, but surely that's if they fail the saving throw.
No, there's no saving throws on hexes.
No. Oh, no. Most of the hexes had saving throws.
Oh.
The difference was they usually had an effect that procced even if you failed. So if the fire elemental fails its saving throw against your removing resistance, it doesn't have fire. It's not immune to fire anymore. If it passes the saving throw, it's vulnerable to fire for a round until the witch's turn comes round again.
Oh.
So everybody else can still pelt it with fire.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
so
that should have been a day 1 QA of like, okay, guys, this is
Yeah,
gonna
so
be a
anyway,
problem.
long story short, same company, they transported witches into 5e. They released that book. Faceless took the book. So I decided I was going to grab a feat that allows me to grab 2 hexes. I grabbed Doom Ward and Misfortune. Now, Doom Ward is a free Death Ward that I can cast for free.
You got to explain to people what Death Ward is.
If I hit 0, I instead hit 1.
Also, it stops you. Well, actually, that doesn't matter anymore because that doesn't exist. I was
Yeah.
about to include the bit about stopping you from suffering from negative levels, but negative levels don't exist anymore.
Yeah. So Misfortune is the one where I turn a crit into a crit fail. And so this comes into play. So Faceless is getting all ready. He's getting hyped. He's about to destroy C8. He's about to fuck C8 up with this sword that automatically crits.
Oh no.
No. How
How
long does this hex last?
how sad was he?
I can cast
no,
it
it's just-
every turn.
That's the thing. A lot of the hexes, there were some hexes that were incredibly bad. Like for instance, there was one hex. What if everyone who could hex could just throw out a cure light wounds for free on every party member every day? Doesn't cost
Yeah.
a spell slot. Just throw that shit out there for free, baby. Or my personal favorite. So Pathfinder had an ability a basic ability. Everybody got it. Didn't matter what class you were, what level you were. Everybody with level 1 starts with this. It's called Coup de Grace. And basically, it lets you absolutely murderize someone who is helpless. Helpless was a very specific set of conditions. But sleep was one of the helpless conditions.
Yeah.
Would you like to guess what one of the starting level 1 hexes allows you to just try for free every day on
Puts
any
someone to
target?
sleep.
He puts them to sleep.
Nap time!
Yeah.
Hmm.
Good shit.
Nap.
Alright, so long story short, I do this to Faceless. I feel so bad for my DM. I honestly do. I feel for this poor man. I'm socially engineering the shit out of him. Because I know his habits, what he likes doing, and I know he forgets shit, and so I keep shit in reserve long enough for him to forget it, and then when he gets excited about doing something, I'm just like, hey, lol, what about this? And just fucking flip the table.
Oh.
You do.
You're gonna tell him about what happened?
A prick.
Oh
Case in
boy.
instance, the crit success on C8, which turned into a crit fail, which I forget exactly what it did, but it killed the Medusa.
I should be clear. That's not something that's built into the hex.
No,
Technically, nothing happens on a crit fail.
Yeah,
but
Faceless has these crit tables where he...
lots of people like using crit tables because they can be fun. When properly balanced, they're a wonderful time.
Yeah,
you're supposed to roll some kind of penalty for a crit fail. If you crit fail, roll to see how bad it is, and then maybe you lock your own arm off.
That's the crit table.
Yeah. Now I should be clear. That's not always the case, right?
That is all house rules. It's just a widely adopted house rule.
And what happens is, of course, widely dependent on the table, right?
Yeah.
And it can be stuff from you lose your weapon to your weapon breaks to you trip and fall to you trip and fall and stab yourself to you accidentally murdered your friend.
Or you throw your weapon across the room. But, so anyway, that happens. We kill the Medusa. We get the loot, right? So we're walking outside.
Walking downtown, going fast.
So we're walking outside, and a Sphinx shows up.
Your DM hates you.
I mean, that's a pretty reasonable reaction to the existence of Sneaky.
Yes.
It is.
However, we also found the win condition. The win condition was not to beat the Sphinx because we were level fucking 5. The win condition was to beat the Sphinx's ads, who the Sphinx wanted to equip with the items, because the Sphinx doesn't have hands.
Beautiful. I love it.
Why didn't you ask the Sphinx if you could give it a hand?
No, but don't worry, we're getting there. So the Sphinx comes down and is like, rah, 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 I'm a Sphinx, I'm gonna fucking kill you all, I'm gonna take some enjoyment in you dying, now hand over the treasures. And I go without a fucking beat. We cannot hand over the treasures, for the treasure was the friend we made along the way.
Sneaky.
No.
You're a subhuman.
Sneaky.
Whoa. Death be upon you.
Sneaky.
You
Really?
were there! You all laughed! You can't deny it, Aura!
You didn't say that.
It's like the fucking
I hate you.
overthinking puzzle. It's literally the overthinking puzzle.
He said that in chat. It was just so in VC. I think everyone just broke out laughing. It's just like, God fucking damn
The
it.
Sphinx did not appreciate my attempt
Wait,
at
hang on
humor.
though. Didn't you shoot the Sphinx first?
No, that was afterwards.
Okay.
So another little bit about my character that I'm playing is I'm playing a Shadow Realm creature thing. So you know those souls? So basically if a soul gets lost in the Shadow Realm, they get tortured infinitely until they perish out of existence from the torture. And in the process of all of this torture, they lose all happy emotions, all their memories, and pretty much the only thing keeping a Shadow Realm creature going is
calm
sheer
down there,
hatred.
Pegasus.
No. That's taken directly from 3.5.
Yeah.
When they introduced the shadow, I'm not kidding. When they introduced the Shadow Realm,
Yeah.
that is taken directly from 3.5. So Yu-Gi-Oh took it from them. Sorry, it was taken from 3. It was taken from 3 and in 3.5. And I believe edition 3 of D&D beats Yu-Gi. Well, let me phrase that. I think it beats the manga. It does not beat episode 0.
3rd edition was in 2000. Here's the thing.
yes.
Original Yu-Gi-Oh was very, very heavily inspired by D&D. It's why card effects are so like out
Wild.
there.
Yes.
Because he was still writing it from the view of like, well, I'm just got them playing a tabletop game in the vein of D&D, and that's why polymerization fuses a zombie elephant to a blue eyes and weakens the blue eyes.
So, Underplayed, you're actually not wrong about what happened next. Underplayed says Sphinx goes, alright then, and kills the party. Yeah, so as I'm saying, I'm a Shadow Realm creature. I've escaped the Shadow Realm. My sole purpose of existence at this point is to find out who I was and kill who put me in there. Now,
it looks
the lore
quite...
behind these creatures
How about that?
is that yeah, by the way, this is the image I'm using for my Shadow Realm creature
What?
because I am a Hex Witch, and what better picture to use?
What is this thing?
Hyro Sphinx or something.
Yeah, Hierosphinx.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Listen, there are
I
good
s-
sphinxes
So
in
I
Pathfinder
sent this to
and
my
D&D.
DM.
Of course you did, Sneaky.
Of course you fucking did.
Yep.
So anyway, well, I was like, okay, I'm a Shadow Realm creature, which are ugly as shit, but I'm also a Hex Witch. I can't not be called Hex Maniac. But anyway, should you pass on getting Baldur's Gate 3? I think it's going to be a good game in the end.
Here's the thing.
Oh.
They've done a lot of work on it. The company that's working on it knows what they're doing with this shit.
It's just okay. So the company is infamous for putting out an absolute dog shit game right at the start.
What
They're
game?
famous, Larian. They're famous for a year, 2 years down the line, after the thing's been entirely patched, all the DLC is in, and all that. It's a fucking amazing game. It's just you have to wait more.
Oh, it's a Bethesda game.
No, Bethesda games never get better.
Also, I
Well,
want
they
to
do
point
it
out,
now.
Larian's games will function on launch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It just, you get really funny, weird glitches. Like that time me and Rob set the entire map on fire by stacking too many oil barrels, so it infinitely spawned oil, which inevitably touched fire, and then set everything on fire.
Yeah, oil
Jesus
barrels
fuck,
were
Sneaky.
Atin's favorite tool when we did our co-op campaign.
Knows how many fights did we win because of which, by the way,
Wait, was
that's
Max
not
in
like a
that?
secret. That's not like a secret.
No, you
Sneaky and I.
you overused them. That's
that-
that was my problem.
Max,
you were
did you
like,
ever play
how do we
Divinity?
solve this problem?
Oh, I was supposed to play it with you guys, and we got a mod working, and then you guys just blasted ahead without me.
Yeah. So anyway, so it was me and Atin then. I still remember the time that Atin and I were like, we have like 96 oil barrels. This boss is really hard and
that's where
keeps
he got
killing
it
us. And so we just stacked all 96 barrels next to the boss. And the next time he patrolled next to the barrels, we were like, Lamau?
Also, I want to be clear here. It's not like I spontaneously acquired that from Sneaky. That was a habit that all Divinity 1 players
Yeah.
develop. Encounter too tough? Let's hit the barrel stash!
I still remember the time we fucking fought the boss of Fort Joy, and we found out while we could move the paintings while jacked up on that telekinesis shit, we could move the paintings, but they were also immortal, so we fucking no-naved the boss.
I think my favorite moment of our playthrough was literally just I started a conversation because that's how we started with the buffs, and then he just like, yes, I will now make a fucking feng shui with barrels. I'll use feng shui to perfectly position these fucking barrels. And I just have to watch this while I'm in a conversation with a big man. He's going like, I am all great and powerful. I can imagine him just saying this, and I'm sneaking around the background, and he's just like,
Slapping barrels out. And Nose's job is literally keep him talking, keep him talking, keep him talking.
It works best with 3 because you have one person
funny because
distracting.
that's also how I hate the fact that this is what literally every single role I will ever fucking fulfill.
Keep
literally
them busy.
in D&D, yeah, literally just please keep them busy while I do things. I'm like, all right,
And
I can do that.
Fucking, I'm
45
shoveling
AC.
barrels at Atin through our fucking ship chest, teleporting them through the inventory. He's placing them.
My favorite part was when, specifically at the end of the game, we used one specific skill to remove the boss's resistance,
Yeah.
and then cursed the entire arena with cursed fire and watched him burn to death.
It was good shit. It was good shit. Anyway, D&D, yeah, so Sphinx came down, beat the shit out of us. We killed his guards. It was good times. The fight started specifically because my character, who is a Shadow Realm creature, is basically invisible. It's reference to look, when you cannot see them, they look a lot like unseen servants.
Yep.
So basically, if you fail the passive spot check on these things, you basically just see light refraction.
I know something's there, but I'll be damned if I know what it is.
Exactly, yeah. So, the Sphinx kind of saw her, and she flipped her shit because she came from a plane of existence where if you get spotted as a shadow creature, you die. So my character panicked and shot the boss. And that's how combat began. And then everyone started dying in a noxious cloud of fumes, which then got ignited in a bomb. Good times.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Gray almost died because the Sphinx kept cursing him with exhaustion.
In 5e, that is incredibly fucking cringe. What edition was this?
5e.
Fine.
Oh, that is incredibly fucking cringe.
Yes.
Who
Listen.
fucking curses with exhaustion?
Our DM.
By the way, never forget the reason negative levels were removed was not because players hated them, but because it made counterbalancing almost impossible.
Yeah.
And then they
Because
said, hey, let's just make
because
exhaustion.
if the players just kept spamming it, the boss would start failing saves, which
Yeah.
meant the boss would then fail more saves, and then the boss was level 0 and fucking died.
Yeah.
Unless they were a lich.
Yeah, exhaustion is a
great.
hell of a bitch.
And then
Um,
everyone said, hey, let's just throw liches at the player character. There's
Exhaustion
more
is
liches here than in
terrible.
fucking Warhammer.
Listen, that's still one of my favorite things that's luckily still present in Pathfinder 2e.
Yeah.
If any of your statistics falls to 0, you're dead.
Yeah. No, it's a good thing. I liked it. I especially liked the time that the barbarian party had to fight the ghosts.
That must have been fun.
Wait. Were these the int reducing ghosts or the wisdom reducing ghosts, or were these the con reducing ghosts?
These were the strength reducing ghosts.
Wait, which one were
Against
the
the
strength reducing
barbarians.
ghosts?
The specters?
Yes.
Yeah. Drain touch. The friend who was literally the treasure all along. Yes, fuck you. I know, C8. But this isn't your podcast. We're talking about Naruto having it on with Fem Kurama.
And you've lost me.
Don't worry. Apparently,
That's
I'm your
awesome.
friend now knows. Atin gave up all rights to you. He signed them away to me.
When the fuck did this happen?
About 10 minutes ago.
See,
I
that's-
spoke
I don't
the wrong.
believe you.
I spoke the wrong phrase.
No, we have a clip of it. Yeah, it's in the chat.
We started.
Well, see, unfortunately, the contract we signed is a blood oath. So,
Oh.
yeah.
That's unfortunate for Atin, I guess. I guess you have to kill him now.
This is an acceptable result.
Why? Wait, sorry.
Unfortunately,
did I ever
Manly,
finish the
you've
summary?
signed a blood oath to
No,
fulfill my
yeah.
grudge.
Oh yeah, so here we go. Contains some stuff from other series, multi-crossover. Some characters will be bashed. Minato and Kushina will be alive and neglected by Naruto. Yeah, okay, so it's gonna be a Naruto times Kyuubi times Yakumo times Ilya?
From Fate Stay Night?
Yes.
So he just straight imported her character.
I guess.
Odd choice.
I mean, okay.
Why? Why did they do this? There's 2 of us and 2 clans, so why did they have her be heir to both clans? Why not have us be heir to 1 clan each? 8-year-old Naruto, with canon appearance, said.
You know,
By the way, this was written in 2021. I just want to be clear here. It's still being updated.
I
157,000 words, 79 chapters. Just filter that through your mind as you're about to say whatever you're going to say.
I'm just tired of people doing this to Minato and Kushina. Like,
Especially in 2021. Long
Yeah,
after
and
we figured out how much they love him.
anything
Long
past
after we know what
2015.
kind of excellent parents they were.
Well,
Yeah,
what they could have been.
well, hold on. Let's not go that far.
Like, the excellent parents they could have been, sure, but that was a bad choice on their part.
Atin's got a lot of
Okay.
slips of the words here.
You're right. But for the brief time that they were parents, they did a good job.
Yes.
Okay. On the fence about that, but I see where you're coming from. I'm not sure if I agree with you.
I mean, that's fair, but it's not like they try. It's not like they were terrible people.
They were not.
Like,
However, I feel like there was a major lapse of author-forced character idiot ball moment where Minato knew Kushina's seal was going to be weakened. Minato knew eventually the Kyuubi would be passed to Naruto because Minato knew the only people that can contain the Kyuubi and live are Uzumaki's, which Kushina also knew. So I feel like his justification of I have to do it to my kid because I can't ask other people to do it to their kid before I do it to mine, I feel like that's really poor excuse when your kid is the only person who can do it.
I think that was ex post facto rationalization.
Like I said, I think there is a significant amount of idiot ball being forced from the author onto these characters to excuse how these events took place. Because I don't know, I feel like if Minato knew this the whole time...
You act like Naruto is like some sort of masterpiece of storytelling and pacing.
I think the author just didn't plan that far ahead before writing this, and then later writing, oh yeah, by the way, Naruto was the only one who could do it anyway. Thus, ex post facto.
Yes, I'm aware. I'm just saying it's... The author forced the characters to hold an idiot ball because he did not introduce the characters at the start of the story. He introduced the characters like halfway through the story, and so he didn't really have the ability to develop them, but he still wanted them to fit a certain role and be portrayed a certain way, even though all of their actions in a historical light did not portray them in that way. I can see back then why people sort of kind of bashed Kushina and Minato, but now, post them being fully introduced, post them and their characters being fully explained, it's just kind of really cringy.
It's the same thing they've been doing with Harry Potter for years, though. We've known James and Lily Potter were great parents, but every fucking body wants to do a Wrong Boy Who Lived, James and Lily Live, and then abuse Harry and neglect him story.
Yeah.
If you're doing an AU story and you say right out of the gate, yeah, it's an AU, and this is the change and that they're kind of shitty parents, okay, sure, we know it's not canon. I don't like it, but okay, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah. I can. He sat on his bed crying with broken heart. That's right, this 8-year-old is heartbroken because he is not able to become a clan heir of the clan political sphere. Yep, this 8-year-old is just heartbroken. over this.
No, he's heartbroken because he doesn't get to be special. He doesn't understand what being a cloner means, but he understands that it makes him special. That's what he's heartbroken about.
I think you're
It's
giving
not
the I
explained,
think you're giving the author too much credit here.
I probably am.
Yeah. Ever since that day when the Masked Man and Kyuubi attack everything went wrong, that day his father, no, not Father Minato, 4th Hokage, defeat Kyuubi and seal it away by splitting it into 3-part yin, yang, and soul. There is nothing that pisses me off more in a Naruto story when they separate soul out of chakra.
Yin is the soul part of chakra. Yang is the body part of chakra. Soul as in mind in this case.
Well,
yeah, you can separate it further, but
it's not only that. There is specifically a chakra absorber that can rip your soul out.
Yeah, that one of Payne's buddies.
Yeah. So it's like literally souls, chakra.
Oh, and you can't defend against this. There is no defense. Nobody changed to defend against it.
And on top of that, we know the fucking tailed beasts are only made of chakra, and they are literally just yin-yang chakra. That's all they are. So even if theoretically humans had a side soul on like the chakra grew off of or some shit.
A side so it's a listen. It's like the sideboard in MTG. Okay, you got a little bit of
Exactly.
extra soul that
Yeah.
you can pull over when the
Exactly.
matchup's bad.
So like even if there was some theoretically like foundation soul that the chakra like grew off of or some dumb shit for people, the tailed beasts aren't that. I think the only thing that pisses me off more about this premise than the soul shit is when they're like, yeah, they sealed the body into Naruto. What body? There is no body. It is a chakra beast. You sealed the chakra in one of the people. There is no body to seal.
No, Sneaky, there is actually a body. They can, in fact, generate a body, a physical, biological body. QB actually started doing that using Naruto's body as a base at one point before it was all reverted.
When?
That was right after the pain attack.
Oh yeah, the whole bone thing.
Oh yeah, the whole
they
bone
started
thing.
making
What's his
actual
name?
body.
He did that when he fought, I think, Sasuke,
Yep.
right?
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't think that's an actual representation.
And yes, Ten Tails also has a body.
The Ten Tails is the only thing with a body. The Ten Tails specifically has a body.
They say those bones are physical in canon, and they just, I don't know, magically go poof when Naruto stops channeling that chakra. But for the time they were there, they existed, and they
You
were
see,
real
I
physical.
think that was actually just a rule of cool moment, because
Maybe.
literally none of the other ones do it. And on top of that,
like you said,
they show
does
the
it.
creation of the chakra beasts, and he's literally just dividing the chakra up into the beasts.
Maybe I'm just spitballing. Maybe, and I'm just spitballing here. Maybe that's just how beat just kind of manifests into the into
Real
at least
world.
Into
reality
the
or
real
whatever.
world. With
I'm just trying to spitball because
look,
it's like.
Atin, look, he's speaking with his sealed tongue. You gotta give him a break, okay?
But yeah, I'm just like, maybe that's just how like the bee just manifests into like the real world as like physical bodies or something akin to that, because they're supposed to be just all energy or something.
Yeah, they're supposed to be all energy because the true Kurama mode is pure energy.
Yeah. We know Shukaku just moves around a mass of sand because, that's his thing. All the others, they do their own things.
Yeah. The only body that exists is the Ten Tails. The only body that we know canonically exists is the Ten Tails. Specifically, we know that exists because that's how they seal all the Biju away. How the fuck are they going to explain Unlimited Blade works? The soul, of course. Duh.
not.
They're not.
It's magic. I ain't gonna explain shit.
Why the fuck would you think they would explain it?
These ideas never explain them. They just kind of just shove it in.
What if, despite
Just to
not
tip-
having an
just to see how it
obsession with
feels.
swords, and the soul not being filled with swords, what if Naruto had the unlimited blade works? It's like, okay, sure, Naruto has unlimited blade works, so it's filled with a bunch of fucking shurikens and kunai, and that's it.
Remember that part of that was because he had Avalon. Shiro had Avalon implanted inside of him, which is part of what enabled him
Well,
to
we
even
don't know that. We don't
We
know that.
What do we know? Let's ask the
We
philosophical
know
question.
jack shit is what we really know. We know Shiro likely lost his original origin and element. Yeah, we know he likely lost his original origin and element due to the fire because of the whole discarded my entire existence and basically forgot everything before the fire. That's all we really know as far as canon goes. The audience assumes that having one of the strongest Fey weapons to exist shoved into your soul when your soul is a blank canvas at a very young age and then growing up with it for a whole decade probably did something to your soul when your soul's element is now sword.
That is a fair assumption, considering what was shoved in was a sheath. He became the sword for the sheath.
Yeah. So that's a fair assumption. Unfortunately, we have no confirmation that it's canon, but it's like one of those fanon scenarios where basically the author has to come out and say, no, this is not canon for anyone to even believe it's not canon.
Has he actually said anything like that?
No.
He's said a lot of stupid shit, but nothing about that.
Yeah. So anyway, in Sealing Yin Chakra X Mother Kushina, Yang Chakra X Twin Sister Hitome, and Soul in him, but only Hitome seen as hero was praised, loved by practically by everyone. He was seen as Kyubi. He was hated, treated like scum by almost everyone village, but already had to deal with mobs beating him daily. But that is not worst part. No, the worst part was he ignored by his parents. Ex-sister treated him like scum, calling him failure. It's not his fault Minato and Kushina and Jiraiya never trained him. He asked numerous times, yet they never got anywhere. We need to focus on your sister's training so she can control the Kyubi chakra. You'll get training when you start the academy. Why can't they train both of them, or at least give him scroll to learn about from Shadow Clone? Naruto asked that as well, but when he did, they get angry and sent him to his room and grounded him. When he was 7, Naruto sneaked into library a couple times while everyone was sleeping and used blank scrolls to copy stuff like 3 chakra exercises. Oh, yes. The Hokage's kid. Snuck into the library.
Past the Hokage.
Past all the security and proceeded to copy down literal jutsus. Yes, they were the basic shit, but literal jutsus.
Doubt.
Literally, it's like the equivalent. It's like the equivalent of sneaking into the armory of a military dictator and just like pocketing a bunch of pistols. It's like, yeah,
hey, yo, the old man
pistols.
wasn't watching his Glock cabinet.
Old man wasn't watching his Glock. Now he's gonna get.
That happens more often than you think, given the corruption of most dictatorships.
Oh, I'm aware. It's a really poor example, but it basically is the equivalent.
Author is a Skaven.
Oh,
of
The
course.
way he talks.
Oh yeah, basically yeah. Yeah.
I knew it. It's thankful. He's trying to stop us again. Fucking thankful.
I think you're the only one that got that joke.
I know. It depresses me.
Yes.
Reed, Godric, and Felix, this is a threat.
No. Anyway, so as I was saying, he also stole the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Oh, yes, of course. At age 7. 3 years before he did it in canon. And sure. And other more jutsu, and some jutsu was related to some sealing techniques. He also stole sealing scrolls, explosive tags, 3 elemental jutsus for each element, some taijutsu. What the fuck?
This is okay. By steal, you mean the old man felt really bad and left it on the table.
Just holy
right,
shit.
author?
He also stole some taijutsu scrolls, some non-elemental ninjutsu scrolls like the Rasengan. He didn't take the Rasengan or the flying Rasen jutsu because he didn't want to press his luck.
Neither of those would have been written down where he could have gotten them any fucking way.
They would not be in the library, but apparently they were. And so he just decided to not take those.
That doesn't look too good.
And thinking that if they weren't going to trained him till academy, he'd do it himself. After finding a good hiding place to train it, he first started by learning Shadow Clone Jutsu because once dispersed, the clone experiences would return to him. Oh, he just knows that.
He figured it out right off the bat.
Yeah, he's figured that out right off the bat. He just nails it right off the bat, yep. Once he learned how to use Shadow Clone, he just successfully created 50 clones and had 35 clones working on everything. Each.
That's definitely how that works, yep.
And then he did this for a whole month, and he had mastered everything.
Bullshit. He doesn't have the underlying foundational understanding to know what the fuck he's even doing. He's hammering square peg round hole.
Yeah, and he managed to make a Squircle.
Fuck you.
I'm glad I'm so fucking quick on the trigger. Anyway, and so he mastered everything. This included Shadow Clones, Shadow Clone Explosion, Ninja Art Shadow Clone, Shuriken Jutsu. He also learned how to do Kunai and Fuma Shurikens and Transformation Jutsu. And he mastered the Transformation Jutsu to the point where he can fool literally anyone. He got the Teleportation Jutsu. I don't know what the fuck that is. The Substitution Jutsu, the Escape Jutsu, the Paralysis Jutsu.
Not Minatos jutsu.
Shunshin. No, they're talking about Shunshin.
No, that's the Escape, isn't it? No, it's
No, that's Kawarimi. There's Substitution, which is Kawarimi, and then there's quote-unquote Teleportation, which is Shunshin, aka Flash Step, Shunpo, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Wait, then what's the
It's
Escape?
That is, it's literally just called the Escape Jutsu. It's
Okay.
a bastardization of Substitution, from what I understand. But nobody actually mentions it. They just say, okay, it's Substitution.
Yeah, okay.
Because there was no point differentiating. The fandom doesn't differentiate.
Manipulated
it's harder.
shuriken technique, manipulated shuriken wire bending technique, and he got his hands on chakra paper, and he just so happens to have wind, fire, and lightning affinities. So
Happens to have those, eh?
Just happens.
just happens to have wind, fire, and lightning.
When
He
his
just so happens to have the most powerful. Interesting.
Yes.
They're all pretty strong up at the high ranks.
Okay. While true, lightning is the fastest. Wind is honestly, I would say, pretty scary.
It's the cuttiest, yes.
The cuttiest.
The cuttiest.
Fire is fire, and wind makes bigger fire, which is always scarier.
Yes. But Earth, you know what you get when you get into high level Earth?
Earthquake.
Nuclear explosions.
He becomes nuclear.
That is true. Yeah.
Remember,
Yeah.
that's canonical.
Yep. Yeah, Jintan or whatever it's fucking called.
Yeah. So the dust release or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and say that the motherfuckers who can make the nuclear boom boom and then all the poison dust after that, those are probably the top tier.
Ah, yes! This is my forbidden technique! Radioactive cobalt jutsu! Whoosh!
Yes.
Oh, I can't have children now.
What would it be called in Japanese? War crime, no Crimea?
Oh no.
No, Sneaky, it would be called no
No
war
jutsu.
crime only if it involved baby tossing.
Eat a baby off of a building. Stomp a baby's head.
War crime style. Geneva violation.
Geneva style! War crime violation!
Jutsu.
Sharon no
Why is your
jutsu.
Geneva style so different? You only look at the list. I seek to increase it.
Geneva style. Trent
You
shotgun.
merely have trained in the list, Sasuke! I have increased it!
Yes.
The list was incomplete, Sasuke. I helped expand it.
You can help this list by expanding it.
I am so happy they've actually removed that stub from those pages.
Ah, yes, that was glorious.
Wikipedia has no fucking sense of humor these days.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's all leftists now.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ. So how do you say Germany in Japanese?
Guy that carries the faction.
Hmm.
Well, let's see.
Yeah, funny, see it, funny.
He's not wrong.
I know. Oh, God. Anyway.
Favorite translator, there you go.
Anyway, he learns all those jutsus. He learns a shitload of jutsus. Let's see here. He snuck into the library and got even more jutsus, and he had chakra blades, or 2 of them or something, question mark. He made 100 clones working on each jutsu now, and so he learned the following jutsus: Gale Palm, Great Breakthrough, Vacuum Bullet, Fireball, Dragon Flame, Phoenix Flower, Liquid Bullet, Raging Waves, Water Dragon, Headhunter Jutsu, Earthquake Slam, Mud Wall, False Darkness, Thunderclap Arrow, Shadow Clone Jutsu, Lightning Style. After he mastered Wind, Fire, and Lightning Jutsus, it was easier for him now, but still hard, and he had good understanding Taijutsu he copied. Didn't feel right for him all before today. Unfortunately, today was day he fully betrayed his parent and godfather. Instead of making him the heir and Hitomi to other, they made heiress to both, and by doing so, according to clan law, they disowned him. Of course, obviously, the clan law where you have to disown your child after they're not the heir.
I'd just like to point out that this motherfucker has more jutsus under his belt than most jonin not named Hataka Kakashi.
Yes, actually.
Yeah, I mean that literally.
Yes. One thing for sure, I can't live here anymore, Naruto said after a while, immediately packs all his stuff into storage scroll while everyone distracted at the party. He left without alerting anyone, and no one bothered to pay attention to him. And he went to his training place, and when he got there, Old Man was there. Naruto, pain sadness, turned red-hot angry, seeing someone without permission in training ground, confronted Old Man. Hey, Old Man, what are you doing here? It's my training ground. Get out!
This is my training ground that I stole. Get out. Squatters' rights.
Old Man looked at Naruto when yelled and smiled.
Military dictator who runs the entire country and owns everything. This is my dirt.
No, the military
Yes.
dictator is currently at the birthday party he's running from.
Apparently me neither, yes. He's the former military
Yes,
dictator.
he's the
Yes, you're
ex-military
right.
dictator. Well, I say ex, that means it sounds like he's not one of, yeah, former's definitely better, yeah. He was the previous military dictator. It was trolling smile of mischievous. Naruto, when he saw that, on high alert, knowing something was going to happen, but Naruto started to feel dizzy, then unconscious. Old man went to Naruto. Time for mischief, old man said, smiling. That smile that mean major headache and possible loss of sanity. Ugh, what happened? Naruto asked. When he woke up, he noticed he was in sewer. Why am I in a sewer? Did that old man throw it me in sewer? I make him pay. Thought graded was rude to him. Naruto said with some anger. He then noticed some pipers leading to somewheres and decided to follow
pipers,
them.
eh?
Some pipers, yeah.
I actually am starting to believe that this author is escaping.
I told you.
After a few minutes of following them, he came to large gate with kanji for seal on them, so my jailer has finally decided to appear, a booming voice said. Jailer, Naruto questioned, wondering what the voice meant when it suddenly hit him. Oh my god, you're the Kyuubi! The voice then chuckles. That's right, seems you aren't as stupid as you look. Kyuubi then reveal itself. Though Kyuubi...
You aren't as stupid as you look. Not that that's too hard.
Yeah. Curse of English. Yeah, trolling smile of mischievous. Yes. Though Kyuubi isn't as big as it used to be, about 1/4 original size, only 3 tail, it was still scary to Naruto. Don't worry, I won't kill you yet. After all, thanks to you, I've been regaining my chakra a little faster. I usually recover. The Kyuubi said.
That's not how that works.
What do you mean? How can you regain your chakra? Naruto questioned. Simple. Even though that bastard took my chakra from me and sealed it into your mother and sister. Or should I say, ex-mother, ex-sister? Kyuubi, small look of pity for Naruto for a moment, while Naruto
Not
looked
how that
angry.
works.
Yeah, no, that's not how that works.
It will be coding.
Sneaky would know. That's not how that works.
Unfortunately. I can create a new chakra for me like any other being. Yeah, you think that might have been a critical flaw? You think that might have been a critical flaw? We'll just take the chakra from the tail beast, and then we'll have chakra no more.
Great.
But, what
do we
happens
take
when
the,
they get more chakra?
You idiot! You just gotta hit him harder. It's like they see the Kyuubi. It's like it's the bat, but it's the Kyuubi. Literally just hiring from the Goon Collective.
I can create new chakra from me like any other being, and chakra that was taken from me will eventually disappear, though not before increasing their chakra reserve when even they don't use it, making their chakra level almost reach Hokage without all training they will have and will take in future. Kyuubi said, angered that its chakra was helping that bitch Kushina. I also had been taking some of your chakra that you hadn't been using to help me recover faster, and I have just something to exchange, so I managed to give you fire affinity and use some of chakra I had recovered to help you increase your reserve as temporary boost your healing as payment. The Kyuubi said.
Kyuubi literally does not have an affinity. It is the one that doesn't.
Yep, nope, it has an affinity to fire now.
No, that's not how that works.
Yep. It's AU.
It is now.
It's AU sign.
It's how it works now.
It's AU sign. It's how it works now.
I hate you.
While I am little ticked off fact you were stealing chakra from me, I am grateful for the stuff you given me, so thank you very much, Kyuubi said as he bows to Kyuubi in thanks. Bah, don't worry about it since it was in self-interest. After all, if you die, I die, though as Tail Beast I will eventually reform. I refuse to have weak jailer. The Kyuubi said, secretly touched that he thanked it. If you refuse to have weak host, but how about how I help with that? Said a mysterious male voice. Who's there? Naruto yelled out. The voice then revealed himself, showing it was Old Man. How did you get in here? Kyubi questioned in surprise. When you be around as long as I have
I can
been
get into
so
any
many places of which
show,
you
said the
think was
creepy man.
impossible to exist, you tend to pick up some tricks.
So rich, isn't it? Son of a bitch.
Yes, sir!
Of course it's
indeed
Zelrich.
Zelrich the troll, who loves trolling because he's a trolly troll.
Oh, fuck off.
You know, still not sure where that started.
I
Every
think
time, every time I've seen even something of Zelrich, it's just like, yeah, you know, this is a fun experiment. Anyways, next thing.
I think it came from an offhanded mention of something about him being able to take shit from one parallel universe and put it in another. And a love for experiments, and then someone wrote a fan fiction then where he put personalities from one universe and put them into other people and thought, did that to people.
I remember hearing about that one, yes.
Yeah. And so then people decided that was now fanon.
I mean, canon.
No, fanon.
Alright, fair enough.
Canon hasn't actually given us much work. Oh, wait. Didn't Prisma Ilia give us something?
No,
actually,
Prisma Ilia did not give us anything good.
Well, that's
Nothing but
patently
Zelrich.
false. Prisma Ilia sadly gave us some of the best writing in all of Fate. You just have to wade through a lot of garbage.
Yeah.
The earliest mention we get of Zelrich is the Heaven's Feel route, where we
Yeah.
learn about the Jeweled Sword, and then we get... I bet people pulled it from the Kaleidosticks,
Yeah.
because Kaleidostic Ruby first showed up in Hollow Ataraxia, which was the immediate sequel to Fate Stay Night, so that might be where people started
Yeah.
doing
Probably.
it.
Yeah.
What's it
Fate, if I remember correctly, the general lore, like the whole trolling Zolric stick, is like that's from Ruby's interpretation, and she hates him.
Oh yeah, no, she despises him.
So her bias is heavily, and the fandom is retarded, and they went
Yeah.
ham with that shit. It's
Yeah.
aggravating.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ruby is a troll. Zelrich just likes experimenting.
Yeah, that's true. C8 does bring up a good point. While all of these are good reasons, we can always just blame Lupin.
I mean, yes.
I mean, true.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I am Wizard Matchel Zeldrich, blah 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 blah. Magic doesn't exist! No, shut up, Kit! God, I fucking hate that.
I mean, honestly, if we built a jar that was like, oh hey, put a quarter in this every single time you can blame Lupin.
He doesn't have any chakra. We would actually have quite a number of quarters. Yeah.
You say you might be able to actually buy a house within a year.
Blah blah blah, Dead Apostle, blah blah blah, Project Vacation, blah blah blah, AU World, I thought it was funny, blah blah blah. By the way, Kyubi, you're female. And Naruto's like, holy shit, you're a girl? And Kyubi's like, yeah, I'm a girl. Got a problem with that?
Wait, was this the case if he just snapped his fingers, by the way, you're female now? Or, oh yeah, by the way, she's female.
Yeah, by the way, you're female.
Just pointing it out, not
Yeah.
step and then, oh yeah, you're female now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blah blah blah. My name is Kurumi.
Yes, that's better.
Only slightly. I mean, it'd be funnier if it were, haha, funny Charles Zeltrich turned QB female.
I mean,
Have
if you're
fun
gonna
with that,
gonna
kid.
do fucking Troll Zelrich, you might as fucking well.
Exactly. You may as well use it.
If you're gonna be retarded, you might as well make use of it. I like it. Why did you tell me your name? We're together forever now on good terms. Plus, you're my only shot at killing Madara Uchiha because he brainwashed me. What's the price? Keep me entertained. You're gonna feel pain, but it's gonna fix everything. Here's your power-ups. Yeah, okay, so that was an amazing first chapter of absolute pain and agony. How did 600 fucking people just read this story?
Because at least 600 people are sub 90 IQ.
That's fair. Very random shoehorning of forcing Tsunade to be canon. Doesn't even make sense in your story, doing it out of the blue like that. That long-ass song lyric being put into the story also, this being about 80% OC and crossover characters, I don't think I'm going to read anymore. I'm at chapter 35. There's just halfway through the story, by the way.
You
give
stuck
this...
through it for 35 chapters.
Yes, it is. I give this a 2 out of 10. My dude, if you're giving this a 2 out of 10, why did you read 80k words of it? Not trying to be rude, but this shit suck here, and I'm only on chapter 3. Check replies, see if can get better idea. Perfect 10-10, but way you
Please
write
stop
don't
with
feel
that.
story like all hope for improvements.
I hate you.
Oh, is this another person I can injure with my southern accent?
I hate you.
Hey Max, you're not alone anymore.
Joy.
Wait, have I really never done Cletus around you?
You have, but I've kept my mouth shut before now.
That's fair.
Because I knew that would only encourage it, but...
So why were you dumb enough to open your mouth now?
Because I made it so bad.
That's the threshold, yes.
Too many OCs, can't keep track of them. I'll stop here at chapter 18. Season 0 was fun. There's too many songs. So this dude just, like, puts songs into his chapters?
I guess
People do
so.
that.
What the fuck?
Let me rephrase. People still do that, yes.
That's the chapter? That's chapter 35? That's like 300 words.
Not all chapters are created equal.
The reason why I did the songs is because I'm having trouble figuring out what I'm gonna do to write this story so it doesn't become bad.
Too late.
Dude, you're like 12. You're like a whole story too late. I also need time for the polls to be done. Season 0, episode 8, they did a concert. So he's just not randomly putting lyrics in, he just made the entire chapter about them singing the lyrics and dancing to it.
Why?
So they could get trained by the concert ninja.
No. No. No.
Not to mention that Yudo, also known as Naruto, has a sympho gear, so singing is going to be important for him.
No, you leave him out of this.
Fuck off.
Death will be upon you. Thy punishment
Fuck right
is
off.
death. Thy punishment is death.
Oh my god, he's having they have fucking Ruby teams? Team Sky, Team Land, Team Sea, and Team Light.
No.
What about Team Shotgun?
Team Cliff.
Angel with a shotgun?
Yeah.
Tenchi with a shotgun.
And what's your special chakra power? Chakra Shotgun.
Good power to have.
I could summon a 4-bore. What? Oh, that's right, Max. Have I ever sent you the 4-bore?
Is this the shot?
No,
hang
this
on.
is not the shotgun. This is the 4-bore rifle.
I may have already seen it. I'm not sure.
Rifle's not measured in 4. It's measured.
This one is.
No, what?
a falling block lever action 4-bore rifle. Each 4-bore is custom made.
Okay, yeah, that explains that. Actually, I take it back. The only things that are, as far as rifles go, measured in bores, are literally elephant guns. Usually, they're double rifles.
Oh, yeah, you sent me the video for this the other day.
Yeah.
The dude lost 2 of the bullets.
Yeah.
What do you mean he lost 2 of the bullets?
He lost 2 of the bullets.
He
I'm
shot
sorry.
something, and the bullets went bye bye.
Okay, I
He
thought
couldn't
like
find them.
Because of the thing he was
he-
shooting, it had
he
enough
re-
drag to
yeah.
stop the bullet in the general area. He couldn't find 2 of them.
He recently did another video of 4-bore versus soft and hard body armor. The answer is soft and hard body armor do in fact stop the bullet. However, physics is a bitch, and your rib cage stopped the physics.
Oh no! So what happens is your rib cage ceases to exist, and you have a rib shard cage.
Yeah, he shot the test dummy with the 4-bore with the on the soft Kevlar, and the Kevlar caught it. He's like, yeah, you know what? The Kevlar did catch it. However, he pulls the armor off the zombie, and the fucking armor is embedded through the sternum and the spine.
You're still dead.
He's like, however, this person has a fatal case of armor in the chestium.
Oh yes. Armor in the chestium.
Indeed, a very dangerous disease.
And then he's like, all right, well, this is what happens when you shoot hard armor with a 4-bore. And the hard armor catches it no problem, obviously. Except the part where now the hard armor is traveling as fast as the 4-bore into your rib cage, powderizing the whole thing.
Ah, powderized chest, yes.
So, technically, the armor works. Technically, you're still fucking dead.
Yeah, just love the
Oh.
moment, like, did it work? Yes. Are you dead? Also yes.
Don't get hit by a 4-bore, gotcha.
Yeah.
Or rather, buy a 4-bore for other people to get hit by.
I mean, preferably you don't get hit by any, weapon. Just a general life, just a general life tip.
Life
General life
tip,
tip.
don't get shot.
Just say no. The bullet cannot enter your system if you just disagree.
Indeed.
Tell the bullet you are a gun-free zone. It can't exist there.
Yes, it actually disintegrates inside your gun-free space.
Just shrug it off. Dying is gay, don't you know?
Hey, it's Pride Month. You can't say that.
He can say what he wants.
Month, he can say that.
Shit.
Dying is gay. Everyone's doing it. You should do so too.
God damn it, Side.
Thy punishment is death.
So, my punishment is gay. Gotcha.
Oh, sign.
Sign?
I just gave the
Give it-
conditions.
Arrest.
Arresting, yes.
Sign?
Oh, wow. Okay, why is this, Then the figure starts darkly singing, play Pop Goes the Weasel Laughing Jack version on YouTube.
Oh?
Yeah,
Why
he
so
just
specific.
puts the figure
tells us
laughs
that it's
and
like shit.
reveals that it is the creepy pasta creature known as Laughing Jack. So they're fighting SCPs now in Hotel Transylvania?
What?
But isn't Hotel Transylvania the monster-friendly one?
Yeah.
You know what best waifu is, in fact, a vampire? Big titty goth vampire girlfriend?
Oh yeah, Quasimodo's here. Dracula's here too.
You leave Quasimodo alone. He did nothing.
Dracula is the father-in-law. Come on now.
Oh, okay. So Naruto and Shiro were fused together. That's how Shiro has unlimited blade works.
Fucking
We
excuse you.
just taped Shiro's soul to somebody else.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not going to cause any irreparable damage.
My dad is a great singer, says Ellen. Well, let's hear him sing. Okay, let me get ready, says Naruto. He's 9.
What?
So he summons a bunch of shadow clones and they start playing Time of Dying by 3 Days Grace.
Bruh.
You.
Bruh, you are in the year of our Lord 2023. Why the fuck are you playing a 3 Days Grace song in a story?
Maximum cringe value.
Because the author has no creativity.
Play Eternity Blood by Tetrafang now. 01
You play Africa by
Vampire
Toto?
Mode Mocha says. Oh my god. And he bit down on 01's Vampire Mode arm. Oh.
What in the fuck?
My
What?
god. This is just like Groovy.
No.
Yeah, because it's a mass giant crossover. Naruto's fucking every single girl, and for some reason they're currently fighting an SCP in Hotel Transylvania with the power of songs from 2008.
I stand corrected.
There is a god and he's punishing you.
Indeed. So
Yes.
speaking of punishing, nothing's more punished than Metal Gear Fate Stay Night. Atin said he wanted to read this story, so I felt obligated to assist him.
Yeah, and then until I found out it was a shitty fusion.
Yeah, which is why I'm obligated to assist you. Metal Gear Grail War. Forced into a war not his own, Raiden must adjust to the world of mages. Not really.
Honestly,
I
I
mean,
think they'd
man
have
fought
to
a
adjust-
vampire. I think he's fine.
It would be like
if-
another Tuesday for him if he's just like, all right, Raiden, your next mission is you gotta go kill these mages. What?
yeah,
The mages, Raiden, they cast spells, so watch out.
Yeah,
Bye.
Colonel, I've
they're
literally
gonna-
been fighting a vampire.
they're
named
gonna have
Vlad.
to adjust to him. Like, this is a non-mage throwing hands with servants.
There will be
What do we do with this?
blood!
Like, what are we supposed to do with this?
Treat him like.
Welcome, all in
Shiro's
Holocaust,
dad.
to the worst boss fight.
Treat him like Choo Choo Train.
See, unfortunately, Sneaky, that now means a very different thing because of Gundam, and it's a much funnier mental image than what you said.
Okay.
That's a great image.
No.
Lost in time once again, Jack the Ripper must face historical legends large and small while trying to find himself, balancing the man and the killer trapped in the same mind to discover who he really is. A drama story. 12
Okay.
chapters, 224,000 words, 258 reviews, and 600 favorites. Updating over the past year.
Alright, I'm gonna admit something. I
Yeah.
just had a great little, like, one-shot image in my head in which Raiden is, for some reason, with the Chosen Seven for a war and summons Jackie and just
Oh,
adopts her,
no.
goes back home with his new adopted daughter. It's like, why? I think his wife's name is
Raiden.
Rose. Like
Raiden,
Rose?
what was your wish? My wish was for a family!
Okay.
Really,
What
that's your
the
wish?
fuck is going on here?
Uh-oh. Sneaky
Oh,
doesn't
dear.
sound happy.
Some Jew summons Hitler in this guy's make-believe story
Excuse
that
you?
he's telling.
Huh?
Yeah,
What?
this dude's writing.
Excuse the fuck out of you?
Yeah, this dude is writing. Sneaky, that's a
What?
shitting ass for a profile pic? Oh, fucking hell. Is that what it is?
What?
Yeah, so some dude who's got a profile pic of himself shitting, has decided to write a full-on story in the reviews.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, it just keeps going. What the fuck is going on in this review section? Yes, that is a very good question, Eric8
This story.
It's linked in the fucking Discord already, but here you go.
Thank you.
For those who aren't aware, Congo 1 is a blatant imposter with no writing talent. I am one of their beta readers, just an FYI. This shithead imposter is a moronic basement dweller who changes the subject. Then why? Why?
What in the actual fuck?
What is going on in this review section?
A good question.
What? Why is Quartermass here? Why is Quadro ass fucking shitting up this review section? I am not sure if I should favorite this story, but you definitely hit the nail on the head calling out Iskander on his bullshit. For all her many faults, Artoria, I'm not calling her Autria, fuck you, Quarterass. Artoria fought to defend her country, not conquer, whereas Iskander was blind to the suffering his conquest caused, something I often point out in all of my own stories. I like Iskander, but I personally think half of what he said to Autria is full of shit.
The whole point of that scene was to showcase 3 different styles of leadership that worked for the said
Yeah.
leaders of their time. Like Alexander's conquest kind of worked out. He
Now, I
had
will
the
say,
effect of most of the known world at the time as a result.
so speaking of which, I did see a quote recently, and I have to commend the author that wrote the quote. And basically, it's this guy. He's on a roof, and he's like observing something. And Gilgamesh, without saying, "Oh, hello, I am Gilgamesh," blah blah blah, comes up to the dude and starts like getting a little bit aggressive with him, provoking the guy, and the guy starts responding. He's like, "Oh, I am Sigmus Freudus, Maximus, 3,000 bearers of the world keys, and blah 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 blah, killer of the blah 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 blah." And he's going on about all his titles and how how much of a badass he is, and Gilgamesh just goes, "Interesting. I am Gilgamesh." And it's from the guy's perspective, and in the narrative, the guy goes, "Well, fuck. Yeah, he's got me beat."
That's an appropriate response.
That is the absolute best response you can give.
I am Gilgamesh. Damn, I ain't got a counter for that.
Yeah, fuck. I don't got one for that one. Yeah, it was literally, he was starting a dick measuring contest, and he was like, what titles could you possibly throw out that could possibly compare to mine? Anything you have done, I guarantee I've done something greater than you. He's just like, I am Gilgamesh. It's like, oh shit, yeah, that's a better boast. Yeah, he's like, yeah, shit, that's a better boast. It's like, how the fuck do you top that?
He's just like, shit, man, I don't got nothing against it.
Hard to top the King of Heroes.
Literally the first recorded king.
First recorded hero.
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
First
that's a better boast, yeah.
Fanfiction, don't forget that.
Dresden, yes, that's what it was. Dresden was making this boast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right, Dresden is in
Post-Black
Harry Dresden.
Post-Black Saf Dresden.
Yes.
Eye
Okay.
Killer who
Found
challenged the
it.
Fomorians and drove them off. When the Lost Titan threatened my child, I bent her will and bound her under demon reach for all eternity. My name is a scourge upon the tongues of monsters. Now I ask of you, Rider, who are you to stand before me? The response was not what he expected. There was no eruption of anger, no efforts to exert his aura, nor a flicker of concern. Rider smirked. I am Gilgamesh. Well, crap. That was a better boast.
Listen, whoever did that has.
I want to know where this is from.
Yeah, can you link that? Because that's
Also,
listen.
I like to. It's another class container for Gilgamesh because the Archer one is
It's
the
not.
worst.
No, it is Archer. He thinks it's He thinks it's Ryder.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gil
Oh,
never
even
told him his
better.
class.
Oh shit, that's even better.
Yeah, he straight up asked him, "What class are you?" Gil has not said, so he just kind of goes Ryder. He assumes Gil's Ryder.
I see. I mean, if he's showing up on the giant plane thing, yeah, fair enough, eh?
It's kind of hilarious that it's just more of Jason picking up a shovel, digging himself a hole.
No, okay, hang on a second. Post Blackstaff Dresden can very confidently throw his weight around.
Oh yeah, sure, but doesn't he occasionally still run into issues like this?
Yeah.
No, not
Mm.
really. Not
No?
post Blackstaff
Okay.
Dresden. He literally bound an ancient god under his island and turned her into a battery.
Damn.
Which god was that?
I really need to
The
finish
Last
the
Titan.
Dresden Files.
Yeah, I need to read the
I think I stopped
everything
it.
the first 3 books.
I think I stopped at 14 because there were literally no more books. I'd recommended them to me, and I think I barreled through them in 3 months.
Some Celtic woman. She had listen. She'd gone around in time and had picked up the Eye of fucking Baelor.
That sounds bad. Is that bad?
Like Celtic weapon of mass destruction.
That sounds bad. That sounds very bad.
As in, opens up the eye and removes city blocks.
You really could have just left it at Celtic WMD. That honestly, it says enough.
Oh man, I so love this story so much. Raiden is flexing on all of the servants.
I mean, which servants?
Gilgamesh.
No.
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 Listen, I like Raiden. Raiden absolutely would be able to go toe-to-toe with several servants in the 4th and 5th War. Gilgamesh is not one of those.
Yeah, apparently he kills Gilgamesh at some point, and in chapter 12, someone tries to threaten him, and like they boast that I am this hero, super powerful, super famous. And Raiden responds with, "Yeah, Gilgamesh said the same thing, and I killed him."
That's really dumb. Look, I just want to point out, Raiden trying to fight Gilgamesh would be the player holding the L1 button down for the entire fight and trying to leave.
The entire thing's a fucking quick time event.
They keep getting the fucking.
It's the monsoon fight, but if you drop parry for a moment, you're done. Also, you can't attack. Keep parrying.
It's one of those supposed to
no
lose
attack,
fights.
only parry.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. If there is anyone in a Metal Gear Revengeance game that would be Gilgamesh tier of deadly, they would absolutely have the fucking Payday 2 taser guards lines. This is what I call a difficulty tweak. Proceeds to make you QTE for 5 minutes straight.
Gilgamesh's eye just starts twitching. I thought I locked all of these in my vault.
Apparently not enough of them because I still fucking lose players to this shit.
The only way Raiden kills Gilgamesh is if Gilgamesh somehow underestimates him to the same degree he did Shiro. I don't think that's happening.
Possible.
Raiden is competent.
Yeah, Raiden sexes up Medusa.
I'm sorry, what?
Raiden is a taken man devoted to his wife. What are you on about, author?
I mean, clearly the author didn't play Metal Gear Solid 4 and only played Rising.
I'm all for sexing up Medusa, but if he wouldn't do it, he wouldn't do it.
Listen, Raiden is a good man.
I think I'm only gonna read the author's note. I don't think we're gonna read the entire story because this fucking first chapter is long.
Yeah, I'm
Jesus
looking
Christ.
at the scroll wheel on my own screen. This is
Yeah. The main question is, why do a Metal Gear crossover with Fate? Honestly, the idea came to me as a whim when I tried to get S rank on the Monsoon fight. So you thought of Gilgamesh. Okay. Alright. I had to wonder, how would a character as overpowered as Raiden fare within the Fate verse? Well, he's overpowered in a world where everyone is squishy normal McHuman.
yeah, like the people Raiden fight are also superhuman. He's just slightly better.
Yeah.
Like
I wouldn't say slightly.
no, it's slightly.
This
Like, he's
work
got
of
more
fiction.
experience. Like, it's kind of explained in a weird way, but like because he has more experience on the battlefield, because he was a child soldier, that for some odd reason gives him a weirdly just enough of an edge in some of the fights. Kojima's writing was odd in
Okay.
Revengeance, and that's saying something.
In Revengeance? Only in Revengeance?
Yes, only
I
Revengeance. The
just
rest of his
said
stories were great.
I just said
And made
that's
perfect
saying
sense.
something. Listen, compared to some of the shit that goes on in there. Also, if I'm gonna want anyone in Fate because of how overpowered they are, I want it to be Jetstream Sam.
Yo,
The dude,
absolutely.
the only cybernetic enhancement he had was his arm that he lost in a fight against Armstrong.
Wait a minute. You're telling me his
Someone's
legs
arms.
were not robo legs?
No, they were
No,
not.
they were not.
No,
No,
it was only
my,
his right
my
arm.
Man, my man
They were
got all
just
that shit.
his thighs were just that thick. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
That
My
man
man did leg
did
day
not
every
miss
day.
a
Jetstream
single
Sam.
second of gym day.
Jetstream Sam was just that much.
That
of a
man
Chad.
pulled overtime on gym day.
The weakest Brazilian male.
My favorite part, he lost his right arm.
Brazil numero uno.
Yeah, he lost that right arm in a fight against Armstrong. And
Oh, yeah,
so
he almost won.
He got the cyber arm, and the cyber arm, as it turns out, that just helped make him even stronger. It's like, well, shit. That's one of the reasons people didn't like the change from white blood to red for the cyborgs. That was supposed to be like a big giveaway with Jetstream Sam. When at the end of the fight, it's like, holy shit, his blood is red. Oh fuck, this dude was human and he was going toe to toe with me.
Brazilians can naturally double jump. I forgot. It's because of all the breeding they do for soccer.
Fair.
This is a work of fiction. Yes, author. Yes, it is. Tackling a man of the future handling foes of the past, legendary and not. Now, I want to get a few things out of the way beforehand. I will not limit Raiden's power.
Well, he ain't got power to limit.
Okay.
Okay.
This work aims to have him portrayed as accurately as impossible with all of his strengths and weaknesses, so let's get it out of the way. While Raiden has no concept of magic, he handles the supernatural constantly because of
No.
enemies like Monsoon.
N-
That's
No.
not
No.
supernatural. That's
Monsoon
super
was-
science.
Yeah, Monsoon.
No.
There's a
He-
radical difference,
Yeah.
he
right?
I mean, to be fair,
he
Monsoon
missed
is
the
powered by
part-
memes, so.
No,
You
shut the fuck
your
up, Nose.
fucking mouth. I guess he missed the particle
Everyone
effect.
disliked that.
Yeah.
He missed the particle effects in the Monsoon fight, implying electromagnetism, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
Even then, that's not
of
really
course, I will acclimate his abilities to fit inside of Fate instead. I will also give Raiden his own noble phantasm.
Okay, no, you're again,
What?
best way
No.
to handle this. He needs to be throwing hands with the servants, not summoned as a servant.
Or he needs to be throwing hands with the actual masters and to hell with the servants.
He'll murder the
Yeah.
masters.
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
That's
I
not
will
anything.
list his parameters below, and I believe they are self-explanatory. Raiden is a literal monster in terms of strength, speed, and resilience. He stopped Outer Haven with one arm, keeping it in mind this thing weighed 10,000 tons. He did this while exhausted. Well, can you really call him exhausted if 90% of his body is a fucking cyborg?
His batteries were running low.
there is mental fatigue. Physical fatigue. He should have been fine though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Physical fatigue
Physical
does not exist
wise,
for Raiden.
yeah.
Yeah, no, like
Even
he
if your
doesn't- he
batteries are
doesn't-
running low, you don't just like slow down unless that's built into your system. Like you have power and then you don't. That's how electricity works.
to be fair, they may have programmed the power saving mode into him. Oh shit, you're 30%. Time to
Oh
slow
no,
everything
I'm
by
at
50.
5%! Emergency shutdown! No! No, keep going! Keep going!
No, Raiden's had a
Windows
really
sound effects plays.
Raiden's just about. He spent
Oh.
all day trying to get into the sack. He finally gets to the point where he scores. Oh shit! I swear, it's just power saving mode, babe.
Oh no.
Just power
Sorry,
saving
my
mode,
brain
babe.
just immediately went to that shit I have to deal with on my phone all the time. When I look down my phone, it's like 2% battery left. I'm like, oh shit. And of course, in those like 3 seconds that I recognize that my phone is now at low battery, it's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm like, it strains in front of me before I can even like take the 3 seconds to plug it in because the power jack's right next to me. I'm like mid plugging it in. It's like, pew.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine for Raiden, where he's like, oh shit, I'm low battery. I'm gonna make a boom thud right in front of the power jack.
Good. Good. Or has found the Windows XP shutdown.
Yes.
Imagine the early days. Like, let's say that. Imagine the others was like, wait, why are my lungs shutting down? Hang on, wait, that's important. No,
Wait, I need
I
that.
still need those.
Goodbye, Commander. I'm checking out of this conversation. What? No, Raiden. He just shut down
Hey,
on me.
listen. The single most important point that Commander Shepard and Raiden could bond over is hanging up on people they're done with.
I am leaving now.
No, listen. My favorite thing to ever be said in Mass Effect 3 was Joker saying, "Hey Shepard, do you want me to call the council just so you can hang up on him again? You know,
Yes.
for old time's sake."
Nice.
Please tell me you can answer yes.
Oh
to that.
yes. Oh yes.
Yes.
Do they carry through with it?
Oh yes. They start berating you, and you're just like, ha, bye, and then you.
That's
All of
great.
Mass Effect 1 is amazing because you can opt to never report to the council and they'll just be kind of and when you finally go back to see them, they'll be kind of miffed like, Shepard, you didn't make a single report, but obviously you were busy and you're new on the job, so we'll let it go this time. We expect regular reports in the future. Or you can do the fun thing, which is call them, listen to them not believe you for like 4 lines of dialogue and just hang up. The first time you do it, you just kind of hang up. The second time you do it, Shepard makes sure they're still on the line and he goes, "Joker, cut the comm." The third time you do it, it
Shepard,
starts
you better
with,
not hang
"Commander,
up."
don't you dare hang up on us
You
again."
can have the option to hang up immediately or wait.
That's
And if you wait,
oh,
Shepard will go, "I don't have time for you." Beep.
I love that. That's
That's
great.
amazing.
It's
It
so
is-
great.
It is
No,
one of the
and
best
another
functions in Mass Effect
No,
1.
another running joke is you can punch the news reporter.
Oh, I remember this.
Oh yeah,
You told me about it.
Doesn't she dodge in 3 and then you can follow up with a second swing?
Yes.
Okay, yes. However, I want to point out in 3, there's a way better scene if you wait 2 seconds and take the blue prompt.
What's the blue prompt do?
The blue prompt is, "Look, I know you're scared. I know you have family that is on Earth. Trying to take it out on me isn't going to help anyone. Please do what you can to support the war effort." And she's like, yeah, Okay, I'm sorry, Shepard. Like, it's a much better. Like, listen, don't get me wrong. The red prompt is funny. The blue prompt is a much better scene.
Okay, so blue
Oh,
prompt.
wait.
Well, I
blue-
mean, the
blue
whole reason
prompt
why
is
people do
how-
red prompt is because it's funny.
Yeah, because funny. Red prompt. So basically, how it was in Mass Effect 1, you did both prompts. You spammed the shit out of both prompts because for some reason, this was back in the day. This is like what 2006 or some shit. This was back in the day of like Kodor and shit, where for some fuck all reason, BioWare had it in their heads.
If you do it fast enough.
No. BioWare had it in their heads that you have to take always the extreme option of both sides to get the best ending.
Yes. They did eventually fix that in 3, but
In 2, it was you just picked one side and you kind of stuck with that. In 3, you got the option to do either occasionally, and which was nice. And it didn't always make things better, and it didn't always make things worse. Yeah.
By the way, if you went both through the first 2 games without punching her, does she still dodge the punch in the third?
No, I don't think she does.
She still dodges it despite you not
No,
setting a
no,
no,
actually,
she
I
doesn't.
believe if you haven't punched her in you're saying you have to punch her in both games.
Yeah.
If you don't punch her in both games, then she won't do the dodge. If you
Okay.
do punch her in both games, then
She
she'll
does
be
the
like,
dodge.
I took boxing lessons or something. Like,
Yeah.
and credit to
You
her.
won't get me this time. What?
Okay, hang on. Credit to her. She dodges that first one expertly, and she takes the second one like a champ. Like,
Yeah.
she has clearly taken actual hits.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, that's neat.
The shepherd keeps fucking lighting me up, so I had to go fucking take some boxing lessons. Why are you here taking my boxing lessons? Well, Commander Shepard keeps punching me in the face. I'm sorry, what?
Have you considered that you deserve it?
Have you
That
considered
Just
not?
ever punch in the face.
I feel like that would be such an interesting, like, little one-shot. A shepherd who makes a Paragon choice in everything except for dealing with
Except the
her.
reporter.
No,
Just
listen,
punch
it's
her.
completely justifiable because in the first game,
Oh yeah, fuck that bitch.
she's just awful to you. It's way more fun. I actually think it's a lot more fun to not punch her in 2 because if you wait, if you don't take the punch prompt, you can then bull rush her on her own show.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
again, to her credit, she goes, I just got fucking bull rushed on my own goddamn show. Did you at least get that? Like, she airs it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, listen, for annoying as she is, credit to her.
Also, Conrad. Conrad's another character that'll show up. And if you keep on him through all 3 games, he turns from this creepy stalker fan to, like, an actually competent, like, it's not gonna say special forces, but, like, special forces adjacent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it, like, if you've taken the encouraging, if
Yeah,
you
you
like
have to
put him on
encourage
like
him each time.
if you've put him on like the perfect path, can't you have him made into an N7?
Yes, and he becomes 150 war points.
That was
That's
so.
pretty neat.
Oh no, it's great. It's really, really funny. Like, because so the big thing in 3 is the Reapers are here, and you have to build enough like war score, right? You have to have enough people in the galaxy willing to help you, and that's a bunch of numbers, right?
Commander Shepard has surprising media literacy. To be honest, the Citadel News Network deserve a more dignified response? No. I can only imagine if the Biotic God lives up to his name. I believe there is actually a series of prompts that you can use, and like one of them's a Renegade and one of them's a Paragon, I think you have to do, to make Biotic God, and he's worth like 50 war points.
Yeah.
You can convince him to go fight on the front lines.
Well, no. First, you have to convince him in 2. You gotta understand. In 2, the Biotic God is a Volus high off his ass.
So high off his ass. Like he OD'd super hard on biotic giving.
Yeah,
drugs.
biotic giving drugs, and he does not have biotics. But these drugs are so fire, they do in fact make him a biotic. Not a biotic god, but they do make him a biotic.
And high. Really high.
But if you keep on that, right? If you keep on that track, he will in fact eventually reach the point in 3 of being an actual biotic god.
3, honestly, everything except the ending of 3 was great.
There's so much stuff in 3 there's so much stuff in 3. Like, one of my favorites
Personally,
is Michael.
I always thought Citadel was a good alternative ending. The Citadel DLC.
Citadel is an excellent DLC.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually don't want to spoil what's in there, but like
Yeah.
that whole thing's great. But I think one of the best things is all of the little side quests.
Yes.
That culminate not just in the DLC, but just all of it. Whether it's Michael and Rebecca, whether it's Refund Man, whether it's
the fucking Green Solarian.
Yeah, the Green Solarian. Like, there's just so many great things. Like, there's running gags all the way from 1 that they finally give you excellent payoff.
And there was a lot of, well, I mean, it's not just excellent payoff. I mean, some of it was like, 20 points and like 10 credits, but like there was a lot of shit and a lot of like people you could help over the games, over the 2 games. And once you get into the 3rd game, the 3rd game is the end game, and you know it's like this is you versus the Reapers, and everyone's behind you on this one, and it was very cool because as you got farther in the game, more and more people were showing up and basically be like, hey, Shepard, you helped me like 5 years ago. I'm here to pay you back. I'm giving what I can to the war effort. And like, it was just extreme.
Everything that happens with Kirrahe is fantastic.
Yeah, him too, yeah. How the hell did Spectre in 2 have as much health as a Baby Reaper? Don't it.
Yeah. Just don't. Listen,
don't think about
the numbers make no sense because, like, an incredible, highly trained medical doctor, years of battlefield surgery experience, 1 point.
Yeah.
1 point. Entire fleets, right? Like half a fleet that you find salvaged, 75 points. Random dude who's been stalking Shepard's ass. 150.
Yeah, like the point values were just so fucking wild and random. I mean, the BioWare really tried hard with the whole import thing. They tried it with Inquisition. They tried to keep it going through a lot of their games, and I do give credit to them. It does make making the game incredibly fucking hard because, you know, sometimes you have a guy making a character that literally does not show up unless someone played the previous game in a very specific way with very specific dialogue.
Like, look, credit to them. Inquisition did look, for as many problems as I have with Inquisition, and there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Its gameplay is terrible. It's one of the most boring games. I have a lot of problems.
I tried to replay it again recently, and I was just like, click.
It's just so bad.
Click,
but they did a really great job of letting your choices matter. Like, all the stuff you did with the amount that what you do with Morrigan in 1 matters is amazing.
Yeah.
The amount of what's the elf mage?
Elf mage.
Soul something?
Oh, Soul? Solus? Yeah,
Solus.
That's Inquisition.
No, wasn't he in one of the earlier games?
No.
I could have sworn he was in one of the earlier games.
You might be thinking of the elf girl mage who was in 2.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Meredith, yeah.
Yeah, Meredith. Sorry. Everything French healer lady.
I didn't like her.
Oh, Han lady. Fucking yeah.
Okay, but whether or not you liked her, they did a great job of tying her stuff in and making it matter.
Yes.
Like,
When you got the best skill from with the sword mage,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sword Mage was so fucking broken. Holy shit.
it was OP as fuck.
Sword Mage
Yeah,
was great.
Thief.
Look, I had a lot of fun with Thief.
Thief was also fun.
Thief was fun.
Thief was great.
A
Thief was
rogue.
great because the door is locked. No, it's not. I suppose it's not. This is an impenetrable lock. No, it's not.
It's not.
Anyway, speed. No one can stand up to Raiden in terms of speed because in this one DeviantArt post I read, they did the math. His max speed is 1,000,000 miles a second.
What?
I think that's supposed to be meters per second.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
No, it matters.
Literally
That matters a lot.
literally 27k miles per hour.
That's not possible.
Yeah.
I don't really know what they mean. Do they mean 27 kilometers per hour?
No, I assume
27
they mean
kilomiles per
27,000.
hour?
I assume they mean 27,000 kilometers an hour. Like, that's the only thing I can assume. But they're dumb
well,
because
mean-
otherwise,
Well, they used
what they're saying is,
MPH.
here's the thing. Otherwise, what they're saying is
Yeah, but they
Raiden is
use meters
slower than
per
a Spartan.
second is the problem.
That is true. He did use meters per second. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Okay, it doesn't really matter whether it's miles or meters a second. He's moving 1,243,000 of them per second. I don't fucking care. Also, now that I say that out loud, how the fuck does 1.2 million meters a second translate to 27k miles per hour?
I don't know.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. Wait, by taking in the period of time I move per hour, I actually go slower. What?
Yeah, it's just tough.
Also, looking at the stats.
When handling magic, Raiden will have no issue. Okay, guys, so you guys were angry, and you didn't like my stats, so I'm changing it to appease the Fate viewers. So these are the V2 stats. Parameters. Strength. Raiden has the strength of 1,000,000 men.
He doesn't.
No.
And even if he did, that doesn't put
Sneaky,
him
could you
anywhere
just give it in
close.
the normal fate thing?
A. But
Thank
A
you.
is 1,000,000.
Yes, I know.
No.
Just stick to the fucking lettering.
But it's important that you don't stick to the lettering because he's not fucking dead! He doesn't have conceptual weight backing him.
No, he doesn't. Also, in terms of servants, he might be a B at best. Besides, it's not strength that carries him through, it's usually his technique. His strength is just sort of there.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy tried to do math and then did not understand what the fuck a zero was or a period. Got it, thank you.
Ooh,
I'm
wow.
getting dinner.
Ooh. Oof, that's a lot of
Yeah.
miles per hour.
Understandable.
Yeah. So this guy is clearly
No,
unable to
what's the
read.
speed of light again?
Faster than that. Bro, dude, it's like literally 10 minutes, something like 10 to 15 minutes from the sun to Earth.
What?
Yeah. The speed of light is 10 minutes from the sun to Earth.
Interesting.
It's really fucking fast.
I'm gonna go.
According to Google, he only runs at 28 miles an hour. The memes, that means at very least, Raiden can Ripper Blade mode walk run at a speed of 364 miles an hour. That's almost twice as fast as the world's fastest car. Okay, that's more understandable, and I'll believe that more.
Yeah.
Like, that's bullshitium, but it's believable bullshitium in the realm of Metal Gear. Him moving at 27 million miles an hour. No. Also, my favorite part here, so we're clear here. 27 million miles an hour, right, is what the guy said this dude moved, right? He
Mhm.
then goes on to say, Raiden's agility is only at A.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. I think A would be accurate under normal circumstances, but with the stats he gave us, it should really be an EX.
Yeah, literally, so that's implying everyone with A stats can lift 100,000 tons and move 27 million miles an hour.
Yeah. Again, I think a more accurate thing here would be strength B at most. I think we could knock him up to an A for endurance. He takes some hits between
Yes,
2,
I would
4, and
say, like,
Rippenton.
genuinely, if this is a live Raiden, strength, I would say B minus.
Yeah.
Endurance, I would say B plus. Yeah.
Yeah, B plus to A. Agility, I think we could leave it A again. I think that's his. I think
Yeah,
that's where he really shines.
that's his. Yeah, it's his shining thing. Mana, I would just say NA.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a
'Cause-
stat that can be given. In
Yeah,
fact,
not only that, but he literally can't have mana unless he has artificial mana, because the majority of his body has been replaced. So even if he did have magic circuits, he doesn't have them now.
He doesn't produce prana.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Luck. I'm not.
I
guess B would
I-
be fine.
honestly, I wouldn't say he, as an alive hero, has luck as a stat yet.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, considering how many battlefields he's walked away from, you could argue maybe he does.
Yeah, you could, but you could also easily argue that's just Eye of Mind True or some shit.
Yeah. As for NPA,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know about that. The alignment's what's funny to me.
Alignment
honest.
neutiral good. I would say at best he is chaotic
no,
neutral.
No, chaotic good.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
if we're taking Revengeance, the latest
No,
point in
C8, you
his
don't understand.
thing-
C8, unless his mechanical body is based off of magic incorporated into science, which, as far as we know, is literally impossible.
it's not.
As-
There's canon examples of it. I forget which ones.
Like,
What?
They're all fucking. They're like Yulia. They're
Homunculi?
yeah,
What?
that. Yeah, they're
okay,
homunculi.
but that's
Not-
not the
That's
same
one or
thing.
two from.
That's
one of
not the same
games.
thing as incorporating prana into a toaster,
Yeah,
okay?
okay. There's
Yeah,
a
sure.
difference. There's a difference between a magical homunculus and a scientifically created artificial human.
This is a scientifically created homunculus,
Okay, but
Okay.
as I seem to recall.
Okay,
He's still got a metal body, so even if he had magic circuits, like I said, his body has been replaced. They
Yeah.
are gone.
there's
Because you can surgically remove them.
organics.
Which is how they transfer the
Magic
what are they
crests.
fucking called?
Yeah.
Yeah, the crests.
Yeah.
But yeah, alignment is absolutely chaotic good.
I
after
like
the
how he
end
has
of
no
Revengeance.
class skills. Or like,
Actually, yeah, he should be a saber, 100%.
I mean, if you're really
maybe-
gonna sit here and give him stats, just,
Give him a class.
yeah.
He would be a saber if he were reincarnated.
Like, you're really
Yeah,
gonna
he'd be
sit here and
saber.
say he has independent action B, and then not give him a class because he's not dead?
Yeah. Also, Berserker would be a good class for him.
Yeah.
With Ripper mode. I think
Permanent Ripper mode
would be
on.
fun.
Jesus Christ. That's
no.
gonna burn through.
no.
That's like worse than Hercules' level of mana consumption.
Well, no,
You
okay.
cannot keep him manifested.
Berserkers aren't 100% insane 100% of the time.
No,
Some of them are actually reasonable.
they're not, but it depends on their history.
Yeah.
And if he's being summoned as the Mad Ripper,
You better hope you rolled well and got the Mad Ripper in Revengeance, where he's still in control of himself. Because
Yeah,
he
exactly.
got the reputation, the Mad Ripper, because of how he was on the field. Wasn't there some mention of friend or foe didn't matter
Yes, he just kind of killed everyone.
in Monsoon's monologue?
Yeah.
He attacked friendlies.
He attacked everything that moved.
IFF did not exist, as far as Raiden was concerned. From
Oh,
what I
no.
understand, I might be misremembering that, and there's a very good chance because it's Metal Gear, and it's really hard to remember what is and is not canon.
Yeah. He has Zandatsu, a unique technique that only Raiden can use because of his conflict with Jetstream Sam. Following their battle, Jack underwent full cyborg augmentation, transforming his remaining flesh into a complete automaton, leaving only his brain. While powerful, the warrior's new body utilizes molten carbonate fuel cells, requiring constant energy input to remain operational. The technique uses Raiden's enhanced senses along with honed skills to siphon energy from his foes to revitalize himself, literally cutting their life energy out of their bodies. This parasitic ability has been modified to work with magic.
I'm sorry, what?
He has drained health.
What the
Oh, good lord.
fuck? Allowing him to function long beyond other servants. So this is a servant chart? Like, I know he did the servant stats and shit, but this is a servant start, so you're saying he gets not summoned as a class, and he doesn't have any class skills.
But he can fight servants and absorb their mana.
And he's also a servant.
A pseudo-servant, it sounds like.
Also, I'm gonna be honest,
Pseudo is-
Sandatsu should be the Noble Phantasm.
Yeah. Independent action B. Due to his circumstances as a cyborg, Raiden has fuel cells and has experience rationing his power during long deployments without an active prana supply. So they're really just trying to jam him having magic into this. Okay. So just dumb shit. Got it.
He always had magic, yes, is what they're saying.
That's so fucking stupid. Like I literally said 4 fucking times, he would have lost it all with the full robotization they just said he did. But okay, yeah, sure, the toaster has magic.
It's a magic toaster, Sneaky.
Hey, you should go
Don't
show
you believe in the
Magos.
magic toaster?
Go show Magos your enchanted toaster.
No. I'm not risking that. The man has access to an AI and has been using it to write. No.
You mean masturbate?
That too. No.
Muramasa, so he's got lightning rod. Due to his exceptional nature as a prototype cyborg, Raiden received the Patriot-made components that scientists cannot remake ever, and he has unique powers unique only to him. One such ability is electrokinesis.
I don't recall this
Scientists can...
ever.
He can throw lightning bolts at people.
So scientists can never reverse engineer this thing.
Yep.
And he's basically Cole fucking McGrath.
Yes.
Well, what was actually said was have yet to replicate Sneaky's taking his artistic license again.
Oh, okay.
I don't recall control of electricity ever being
No?
a
You don't
thing.
you don't remember that time you fought Monsoon with your electrical powers?
No.
No.
Oh, actually, okay, no, I think I see where he's getting it from. We do know that he actually can. I think it's more an application of high frequency on his fists, not actual electricity.
Yeah,
Because you do get those effects when fighting Armstrong.
yeah, well, Author's
when you use your
retarded,
sword.
so
Yeah, that doesn't.
Author's taking really cool.
yeah. Noble Phantasm, Muramasa, the anti-fortress anti-unit attack. Inherited from Jetstream Sam, the blade is passed from generation to generation for the Rodriguez family. With the advent of high-frequency technology, its superior craftsmanship gave the sword new life after modifications. Yes, we're going to ignore everything with that. This weapon is neither a tool of justice nor vengeance. So long as the wielder has the will to act and a purpose, Muramasa can slice through anything, whether it's physical, magical, or ideas.
This is not my sword.
However, as an imperfect copy of Muramasa, the user must have absolute beliefs. Those that remain uncertain can never use the blade.
It is not a copy. It is, for all intents and purposes, an actual Muramasa blade.
Yeah, well,
I don't think there is anything in Revengeance to imply that it is anything other than one of Muramasa's many legendary swords.
he does get summoned. It says so in the summary. Oh, yeah, I guess. I mean, but why no class skills then? Raiden is immune to mental effects and physical effects, because the blade says so. Ripper A. Raiden has trauma, so he's Jack the Ripper, and he goes into Ripper mode, where he's like an enhanced berserker that turns all of his stats into A+. And if he enters Eternal Ripper mode, all of his stats go to EX, and he'll kill everything in his way to kill his target.
Madness level EX. Okay.
Yep. I'm starting out in Fate Zero. I'll skip over Grand Order. Skip over to Grand Order. I will do Fate Zero, and then I will skip to Grand Order because I don't want to follow plot lines.
Then just start.
Author's retarded.
I want Raiden to have unique adventures with interesting people, so that's why I'm following canon exclusively.
Why start in Zero instead of just hopping to Grand Order?
Or why not just have a story of Raiden goes on a mission and he's thinking he's cleaning up some old Patriot shit or something, and instead fucking mages are there and they're like casting lightning bolt and fireball at him, and he's like, what the fuck is going on? Kills them all, and then tries to figure out what the shit has just happened.
Not my first time having a fireball thrown at me. It is the first time it's happened from multiple people.
It's the first time some dude he looked like he just walked out of the 18th century Ren Fair said abracadabra alakazam and a fireball appeared. Now I have to go kill some sort of fucking vampire or some shit?
Another vampire? Great.
Vampires are no fucking joke in Fate.
They're not much of a joke in Metal Gear either.
Yeah.
It took a cyborg to kill the vampire, I want to remind you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that, you know, what is it? Fuck, what do they call them? Dead Apostle Ancestors?
Yes, Dead Apostles.
Yeah, I think those might outrank the ones from Metal Gear. Just a little.
They
little bit.
absolutely do.
Yeah.
But you're acting like they're an everyday occurrence in Metal Gear as opposed to Fate.
No, I'm
No,
pretty
see,
sure
this
they're
is
not.
the story of how
Either,
Raiden
yeah.
ends up becoming one of Gaia's beasts. Not Gaia's beasts, Alea's beasts.
Elias,
Yes.
you know,
You mean a counter guardian?
No,
that could
beast.
Yeah, there are beasts of humanity.
Uh,
They're really not something you want to deal with. Ever. They're a problem in a separate way from Gaia's beasts.
There will be blood. Oh. See, that would actually be an interesting story I would want to read.
Probably have to remain a one-shot three shot at best.
Yeah, you couldn't really do too much with it because it's really just Raiden killing his way through the Fate Stayverse.
Yeah,
But I mean, it would still be nice to read.
that could still be fun. Yeah.
It's like the time I read a one-shot Twilight prototype crossover where Alex Mercer kills the Cullens. It was fucking funny.
All right then.
Fanfics that jump between characters to follow the continuity of whatever universe they're in makes things confusing and unnecessarily long. Sometimes less is more, don't get me wrong. I might include outside perspective. I think stories that jump between character perspectives make things longer. Also, by the way, I will jump between characters' perspectives.
I just think jumping between character perspectives is a really easy way to screw things up.
It
if
is.
you don't have unique writing styles per character.
Yeah. I mean, now to be fair, Gray and I did a pretty good job of that in our Undying Scarab story. But we also made sure to use the alternative perspectives very sparingly and only when we absolutely needed to. Like, there is no reason for the main character, Wraith, to know anything about the aftermath of the Horde and Alliance invasions. But the aftermath of the Horde and Alliance invasions are very important to the story. So we do need to have coverage of it in the narrative so people know what's going on. So we aren't just like 15 chapters later, like, oh yeah, by the way, here's the Horde and Alliance armies. They just showed up now because they've been doing shit in the background the whole time. And then people are kind of just ass mad. They're like, why the fuck did you not tell us any of this beforehand? But,
Yeah. Strangely enough, the crossover the author's using here, Fate did a decent job with outside narratives by making them intermissions.
Yes. Yeah, and that's
And
what we
even
did.
dropping great hints as to, like, by the way, this intermission follows this character. You should have it figured out within 3 paragraphs normally.
Mhm.
Because the intermissions are an entire fucking chunk of their own.
General notes and explanations. Metal Gear is a philosophical story examining nuances and concepts. My work aims to explore and develop Raiden's character based on how Metal Gear Rising ended. For instance, you might see Raiden doing things you equate to Jack. A massive message in Rising was self-acceptance. I want to show evidence that Raiden is healing, for better or worse. His split personalities are slowly becoming one again. So Raiden will retain his morals while also inheriting Jack's sadism and brutality. Don't worry though, Jack is not completely gone. Note, I will use the names interchangeably because I would die if I had to use the word Raiden every single time I talked about him.
Way to just completely shit all over and regress his character development.
Way to
which
massively ruin the point.
Like, he already did that. Jack was dead, essentially. He already came to terms with that through his fight with Monsoon. Bro. Monsoon's chapter was all about accepting all the horrible things he did.
Tell me you did not understand Metal Gear games without telling me you don't understand Metal Gear games.
Tell me you didn't actually play the Monsoon chapter without telling me you didn't play it. Never mind Metal Gear games.
Blah blah blah. Don't get me wrong. I plan to have Jack let it rip when he's in a fight and fighting boss fights. I will make changes when necessary to Fate Stay Night Zero. I never liked Karya's moments of madness. I'm well aware crest worms have impact like that, but I don't care, and I don't want an edgelord murder hobo. So I am going to. So Raiden is being summoned as Berserker, by the way.
Yeah, he's replacing Lancelot.
Yeah. So basically the author is saying, I don't want an edgelord murder hobo, so I am going to completely disregard a major plot point in the 4th Grail War.
Despite the fact that Karya wasn't the edgy murderer hobo.
No.
It was a different character who had summoned Castor.
Oh, I thought you were about to say summon Saber.
No.
I mean, wasn't Castor's master just like a
Actually,
psychopath?
I'm making fun
Yes.
of him.
I know
Well,
you are.
remember
He's
Castor had
also an
2
edgy
masters.
murder hobo, but I like that edgy murder hobo.
His crimes are forgiven because he's funny.
Well, I mean, they're not forgiven, but at least he had a good reason for them. Unlike Castor's, what was that guy's name? Ryunosuke or something?
Yes. Kiritsugu gets an excuse because he had Freebird playing every time.
Yep, exactly.
You didn't hear it,
Well,
but that was the secret soundtrack the entire time.
Yep.
Castor killed her first master because he was some kind of a pervert or some shit.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you don't
don't-
remember? She was summoned by some guy.
Oh no, dude, you're thinking
No.
of Fate Stay Night.
Yeah,
Fate,
no,
Stay,
this is
Fate Zero had
Bluebeard.
the
Bluebeard.
child murdering rapist guy summon Bluebeard.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
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 I never saw Zero, so
Yeah, well,
Yeah, no.
that's what we're
Fate
talking
Zero
about.
had a caster that was Bluebeard, a friend of her assistant knight or something to Jean d'Arc.
Cool motive,
it-
still murder.
It was why can't I suddenly remember this dude's
Gil de
name?
Reyes.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Gil de Reyes who was direct aide to Jeanne d'Arc. Big fan of hers. The
Went
assumption,
overboard.
the
Yandere.
leading theories are that he snapped when she was executed.
Yeah.
And he went off the deep end, got into whole necromancy and shit or whatnot.
Necronomicon.
And yeah, he gets summoned as a caster in the Fourth Grail War, and he, along with Ryunosuke, go around kidnapping and experimenting on kids.
no.
It was not pleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Fate Zero.
Kitsugu.
Also, by
Honestly-
the way, Fate Zero as it exists
Yeah.
could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Nasu, of all people, told Earl Butcher, "Yo, tone it down."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I will say I did find it mildly amusing, and I did like the whole idea of Castor's Master and how he went about summoning Castor. I thought that was interesting. So, to those unaware, the guy who summoned Castor in the Fourth Grail War is not a mage. In fact, he saw a book one time with some sort of seal and some sort of words, and he thought it'd be really cool to go kill a family and paint their blood on the ground and then say that because he's like an edgy fucking Chunibyo who's also an actual assassin / serial killer.
Yeah.
Oh Christ!
And he does all this, and like either he was latently magical or no, I don't think he was latently magical because they had to go kidnap kids for batteries.
Yeah,
I
he was
think
just
it
a normal
the-
human.
I think it was the
The
book.
family sacrifice. Was.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was the Necronomicon itself he found, I think.
Yeah, I
Just
think it
feels
was
like,
the
"Yo,
book
that's my book."
itself. Yeah, I think it was the book itself that had some magic in it, which was enough to summon Bluebeard because it was a catalyst for him because it was his book or some shit.
Yeah, it's like, "Yo, that's my book. Thanks, I've been looking for this.
Yes.
Hey, want to go commit some murder?"
Yeah, so it's like just some random dude was like, oh, hey, that's a scrap of paper with some words on it. All right, so step 1, kill a child, paint in blood. Okay, got it? Check. Step 2, chant these words. Oh, fucking shit, it summoned something.
I'm on the wiki.
Neat.
Apparently there's source material. I'm looking it up now. But it seems like he just found it. Apparently the Grail just picked him as a random master. I'm gonna try and see if I can find more details.
That's
Well,
not that
no,
big a
the
deal.
Grail didn't pick him because he did the ritual.
Okay.
Yeah, don't forget the Grail picks some of them, and others just manage to.
If
yeah, that's
others
right.
show
Go
up
off and
with the
they're gonna-
resources, they can just do
Yeah.
it.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
yeah, because the Apocrypha is a good example. Mordred's master pretty sure was like, "I want to hire you to go take part in this Grail War. I know you don't have the seal, but here's the stuff you need. Go do it."
Fair.
Yeah. Also, Waver wasn't chosen. Waver stole the resources from his master, who was chosen. So, the Grail really, really likes to reward go-getters.
Yeah.
It just has a bad habit of rewarding the wrong go-getters by human standards.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Just a reminder, part of the reason Shiro was a bad mage is because he was a good person.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so it is 9:35, gentlemen. I think we should cut it here, but thank everyone for showing up. We had a fun time, talked a bunch. Max actually got to speak about words and stuff. And that's about all. So we'll see y'all on Friday. Because there's always more, and it always gets worse.